Good afternoon, welcome here to Silver Mines in Tipperary. We're here again on AIB YouTube channel to cover the replay of the All-Ireland Junior Camogie Club final between Kilmessan of Meath and Clanmaurice of Kerry. Despite torrential rain last weekend, we had a real classic in terms of a contest. It wasn't a huge amount of scores, but it was a great contest last weekend, Cretty, County Laois. We're now, as I said, in Silver Mines, County Tipperary. This is the Cup. Two people from the Camogie Association. First of all, I'm going to start with you, Kathleen Egan, because apart from being the club and education officer of the Camogie Association, this is also your home club.
It is indeed, yeah. So we're in North Tip, just outside Nina, parish of the Silver Mines. So we're here in Dala since about the 1930s or 40s, but it goes all the way back to the foundation of GAA. I suppose we're so close to Thurles that the GAA got to Silver Mines quite quickly, so it's here since 1884. There's a good tradition of hurling and in latter years football and handball, ladies football and camogie as well. So it's a big club with teams right from that under 6, under 8 all the way up to senior. So. And
this was a red letter year for you in camogie terms?
It was, yeah. The girls did very well. We've been there before, but they won the intermediate now, so they're back up senior again next year in Tip, which is great for the club and great for the girls coming through, I suppose, to aim for senior and all the work that's been going on for years and years here. So it's it's been a good year and they've done very, very well. Girls then representing Tipperary as well on the senior team and panels down along to under 14, so it's really, really positive. So we're
going to come back to the club in a moment. Kathleen, your colleague here nervously waiting to get into the action here. Did a little bit of a reverse flip handstand earlier on the field as well. Lizzie McGuinness, who is the fixture, well, I'm told everything basically in the Camogie Association, you do it all, but you were here last weekend as well, of course, in Cretty in County Laois. Big day for the Camogie Association, big interest in this game, good crowd last week and expectations of a bigger crowd today.
Oh yeah, it was the weather conditions deteriorated over the course of the day last week. It did affect the game. Now we're hoping for a better game out here today because the weather conditions are here. The pitch is in perfect condition, so it's just all go for both teams, and it's do or die day today.
Yes, Clanmaurice of Kerry, they're a team representing all of Kerry. It's effectively the Kerry team, a number of clubs who've come together, and then you have Kilmessan of Meath who have been champions at this level before.
Yes, like I said, it's basically the Kerry team out there today, but everyone is fighting for their club, and it's club on the line today. It's not about county, it's about club. You may be representing your county, but it's passion, and that's where the club starts.
Okay. Kathleen, in terms of Silver Mines here, tell us about the facilities. I know you've got a fine clubhouse area, you've got training pitches, walls, all that kind of thing here.
Yeah, hurling wall, we've a juvenile pitch, we've another pitch over the side as well, and the pitch here, I suppose, for the first weekend in December, I don't think you'd find a pitch in as good a nick anywhere. I think it's really, really super. It's a credit to Matty and the lads who look after it and to the club. There's a alley inside as well. The handball would be big, and there's big things on the horizon too for the Silver Mines. They're in the middle of a fundraising drive, and I suppose that's another sign of the work that's been done, is that they're always striving to be better, and big thanks to them, I suppose, for handing it over to us today in such good condition. You know, you'd be proud to be here and to be here from Silver Mines. So
okay, and all is in readiness, Lizzie?
All is good to go. We're just ready for the teams to come out to take to the pitch, and we're ready to go.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Best of luck to both of you today, and thank you for joining us.
Thanks a million.
Kathleen Egan and Lizzie McGuinness joining us here on AIB YouTube channel, where we'll have live coverage of this All-Ireland Junior Camogie final replay between Kilmessan of Meath and Clanmaurice of Kerry, joined by two people from Kilmessan now. We had Christine Grimes last weekend and Anne Gorman as well from Kilmessan. First of all, Christine, when we spoke before last weekend's game, little did we think we were going to have such a closely contested affair all the way through.
Yeah, no, it was very close from start to finish, really. It was a really physical battle between both teams, and look, at 2 minutes to go, we thought we were gone, and fair play to the girls. They went down, got one attack and got a goal, so it was great to be back here again today. Yeah,
for those who weren't with us last Sunday, it was 4 points apiece. Scores were almost impossible to come by in the conditions. Then Clanmaurice got their goal and you went up the field and got an equaliser. When it looked like after their goal there wasn't going to be another goal in this game because there were so few scores at that point.
Yeah, it seemed really hard to get any scores throughout the game as it was such a low scoring game. But look, when you get these opportunities you have to take them. I think there was only like 40 seconds left in the game and Megan ran through and passed it on to Aileen, and Aileen buried it to the net, so it was great.
And what are you expecting today? It was a nail-biter last weekend.
Yeah, look, we've come down here. Look, we got our second chance at the Cherry today. So hopefully, yeah, we're coming down here for a win. The girls know themselves. They didn't put in a huge, great performance last week. They battled hard, but didn't get the results that they really thought they were going to get. Games previous to that, like, our forwards have worked so hard, and we've always won matches by high scores, and we were just totally disappointed that they didn't get the scores they did deserve. Now, not saying they didn't work hard, but just things didn't go right for them last week. So hopefully today, look at them, after I've been out there in the pitch and it's absolutely superb. We have no excuses today. We just have to go out and perform, and that's just the end of story. Kilmessan hopefully will do it.
Yes, it's all or nothing today, so.
Absolutely, yeah, all or nothing.
Yeah, you started poorly, but before half time last weekend you had some goal chances indeed that you could have converted.
Absolutely, yeah, because usually, like, our forwards aren't huge. They're small, little nifty girls, like, and normally we're just get possession and we kind of run, whereas that opportunity didn't arise last week because we were blocked in our tracks early on and the girls just couldn't get through. But fair play to Clanmaurice, like, obviously they had their homework done, because they know that we have a few little nifty ones. But anyway, hopefully today we'll get by them barriers.
You had to put out of the hat today that they didn't see last Sunday.
Well, sure, look, we might have a few tricks up our sleeves, yeah. So we'll wait and see. Hopefully the girls will just perform better, 100%, and that's all we're hoping for.
Okay, very good. Final word from you. So you had a busy day last weekend. I know you keep an eye on what's happening with the opposition as well. You're a bit wiser. You're a bit worried before last weekend that you didn't know enough about Clanmaurice, but you know a lot about them now.
Yeah, no, we do know a lot of it. They're a really physical team. Like, the girls said that they never had such a game, so intense, and with the conditions, like, it brought a lot to the game. So hopefully today, like, the pitch is looking in great conditions, so hopefully we can get off to a great start and build on it from then.
Okay, well, best of luck to you and thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And hopefully we'll be talking to you later on perhaps. Thank you very much. Caroline Horton was with us last weekend as well from AIB. She's also the secretary of Meath Camogie board as well. How are you? Good to see you again.
You too.
You didn't think last Sunday. Well, actually, I did very, whatever you want to call it, previous on me suggested draw at the very outset last weekend.
We did.
But it was some game last weekend.
Oh, some game. Now, I know I said before last week's game that I was expecting a close game, but now there's close and close in it.
Yes,
But we're used to draws in All-Ireland finals, I think, in Meath this year, so hopefully we'll come out the right side of it this year.
Yes.
But I have to say that I was very impressed with Clanmaurice last week, and particularly their goalkeeper,
Yes.
Alana Mansell. She was very, very good, and Patrice Biggins.
Yes.
I thought Kilmessan just maybe started a bit nervous, but they really came into it. But Clanmaurice goalkeeper really kept Clanmaurice in the game, you know, and what an ending. Like, Aileen Donnelly was just brilliant now, just to score that goal in the last couple of seconds.
Yes.
Was absolutely brilliant.
Yes, because the whole game opened up then, didn't it? I mean, it had been so tight. Next thing we have a goal, and all bets are off.
All bets were off, but I knew Kilmessan would come back strong in the second half, and fair play to Clanmaurice, their backs and their goalkeeper in particular really, really kept them in it. And only for that dying second, like, who else to pass the ball to, only Aileen Donnelly, to get you out of a hobble in the last few seconds to earn them the draw. It was absolutely brilliant. Really enjoyed it.
Okay, well, thank you very much for joining us again, Caroline. We're wearing, of course, as we said last weekend, two hats of AIB and Secretary of Meath Camogie Board. So thank you very much for joining us. We're going to bring in Killian Whelan, the match commentator now. He was with us last weekend as well. As we build up here on AIB YouTube channel to the coverage of today's AIB All-Ireland Junior Camogie final replay between Clanmaurice of Kerry and Kilmessan of Meath. This game will also be streamed live in an audio sense through LMFM radio for listeners in Meath, but is of course available in full Technicolor glory here at Silver Mines in North Tipperary. Killian Whelan, match commentator last weekend. In a kind of a workflow sense, he had little enough to do for 58 minutes, waiting for scores to happen, like buses.
Trying to big up a game that's taking place, but look, all credit to the girls that were out on that field last week.
It was a good contest though, wasn't it?
Absolutely, yeah, and everyone gave it of their all. You couldn't deny all of the 35 or 6 players that were used ultimately, and then, as you said, goals came along then all very, very quickly, and it added to a little bit, as I suppose, a spark at the end. And I suppose for our coverage, it really kind of helped, you know, to liven things up there towards the end. But again, credit both sides. Clanmaurice probably would have been going into that game, Liam, you know, first time ever in an All-Ireland final, would have been probably very much the underdogs. Kilmessan come with so much history behind them in recent years, contesting All-Ireland finals, but they gave it up to them, and I don't think it's going to be any different today.
Yeah, we've a better day, but that said, this time last week it was a fine day as well. The rain sort of came in just before the throw-in.
Yeah, it turned very quickly here, but I'm just looking at the mountains up behind us. A very picturesque part of the world we're in here today.
You're something of an expert in local climate, I think, here. You live not too far from here.
I know, well, we're coming down here often, but I've been around in Tipperary circles in recent years. But with regards to I think we're fine here today. We're good sand-based pitch as well, Liam. So I'd imagine it is a little bit soft, but I don't think it's going to have too much of an impact on the quality of fare. Don't think it's going to be too indifferent, but I think maybe girls might be a little bit clever today. The fact that the conditions overhead are not so bad, they won't have to worry about rain and keeping hands dry and whatever, but they definitely, I think, have to keep the boss of the hurl dry. The very, very heavy wet conditions on that grass there, so that is going to have an impact, I'd say, on the weight of the slitter, obviously, and when it comes to freeze and everything like that, will obviously dictate the play.
Yes, good crowd gathering here as well. It was a great atmosphere last Sunday.
Underneath it, so that'll add to the bit of atmosphere in the background. But yeah, good crowd coming down from Clanmaurice and Kilmessan. Obviously, the better weather conditions helping that.
Yeah, just behind us here, actually, the Clanmaurice team coming out onto the field. There they are in their green and black, and we're going to talk to. I'm going to let you go, Killian. Yeah. Thank you very much. We'll chat to you later on, our match commentator. I'm going to talk to Mary Jo Murphy, who is mother of the Kerry number 6, Sarah Murphy. And I'm sure, like all family members, you suffer on days like today, do you?
Oh my God, I do, yeah. It is very exciting and nerve-wracking, especially a replay, because I just think they should have done it last Sunday, but sure, hopefully today now. So, and it's very exciting for the club and for Camogie and Kerry in general.
Yeah, there was an understandable feeling you were going to win it when you got that goal, because it was a day when scores were just so hard to come by.
It was, and they worked so hard, especially in the backs. I found in the first half they really worked really hard and made sure that we were still in it at half time. But just that last second goal in the last 35 seconds, but I suppose we'll leave it to play another day, so that's the important thing.
Yeah, the beauty of it was that it didn't beat you. I mean, if you had just gone up 2 points up as opposed to 3 up, it would have taken you out.
Oh, it would, yeah. Or if we got a point ourselves and just cushioned it, it would have just saved the day. But look, what harm's all good for Camogie, it's good for Kerry, and we just keep trying to develop Camogie and Kerry with a number of years now, and this will up the profile and get more girls playing Camogie.
Tell us about Sarah, the centre half back, your daughter.
Sarah, yeah, she's my daughter. She's playing Camogie since she was, I suppose, 14. She played hurling first, and she's just so passionate about the game. She plays football also, but Camogie is her number one, and she lives for it. And her and the other 20 girls, just the sacrifices they make, it's unbelievable. They just have great passion for the game.
Okay.
And hopefully it'll just develop the game further in Kerry.
Okay, but first you want to win today.
Oh, I just think the win today would just mean so much to the girls, to the club, to the county, and for Camogie in general. It would just be a brilliant boost for the girls in sport.
Okay, well, thank you for joining us, Mary Jo.
You.
Thank you. Joining us here, she's Mary Jo Murphy, mother of the Clanmaurice centre half back, Sarah Murphy. And as I said, we're here in Silvermines and we have versus Kilmessan of Meath in the AIB All-Ireland Junior Camogie final replay here on the AIB YouTube channel. And this, as I said, will be streamed on LMFM as well for audio listeners. Going to call in Murt Murphy now as well. Murt, of course, our match commentator, our co-commentator from Clanmaurice. And Murt, last weekend, as everybody's been saying, it went right down to the wire. God knows what we'll get today.
Yeah, I think both sides obviously will try to learn from what happened the last day. Clanmaurice didn't know what they were going to come up against because Kilmessan were the favourites. But I think after the first half, they didn't realise that they were in there with every chance. They backed it up in the second half. Then they got that goal, and the rest is history. Kilmessan showed what a quality side they are by getting the goal late on, and that's why we're here today. So it's a question now, I think, of where the momentum is, where the fear factor might be too strong a word, but I think maybe the Kerry girls felt slightly underwhelmed coming up the last day because of the reputation of the high scoring of Kilmessan. I think today And after the last day, I'm sure that Kilmessan have been saying, hang on a second, these girls know how to play it. They're physically very strong. We lost out in the physicality stakes the last day, so we got to measure up today. So both sides will probably change the approach a bit, and I expect to have a far more physical and intense game. And because the conditions are that bit better today, although the pitch will be heavy, obviously, I expect more scores.
Okay, yes, Clanmaurice have a big crowd coming in here, I see, Murt, as well. It's a bit nearer home, isn't it?
It is, yeah, well, I mean, this is roughly halfway house, close enough. The last day was a little bit too far away from a Clanmaurice point of view, but look, that's the roll of the dice. They were within seconds of taking the All-Ireland title, their first, a historic one, and if they had, they wouldn't have complained about the venue. But this is nicer and it's easier. It's a nice day, and the tie show is over, so I would imagine that the parents are here today, and there's a lot of club members from the clubs, like Sarah Murphy, you talked to her mom there, her brother Brian plays for Kerry, he's the Kerry centre back or the Kerry wing back, he's an all-star, a Christy all-star, so it's endemic in the family, the Fitzells, the Collinses, Daniel will be here to support his sister, and Rob and probably the rest of them. I see his mum and dad here. Margaret Slattery is here for her daughter, she's 10 All-Ireland senior football medals with Kerry, 9 in a row, and her sister Eileen is up in Meath to complicate matters. Eileen Dardis, and she has 10 as well, but though she lives in Summerhill, she'll be supporting, of course, Clanmaurice. It's a huge day for Clanmaurice. They want to win that. But coming up on the bus, I felt they were relaxed. I felt there's a sense of determination and hunger and purpose about them. I think they're not phased now. I think they might have been slightly initially the last day about the reputation that their Meath opponents had at Kilmessan have, and I think this time round they may give a good account of themselves. But I repeat what I said the last day, it all depends on the first 15 minutes. If Kilmessan get a good start and get a few goals up or something like that, this could turn out not so good for Clanmaurice. But I think with the keeper and with the defence they have, I think they have every chance today of going on and winning it, but it's going to be a tight one.
Okay, Murt, behind us we have the Clanmaurice team warming up. Kilmessan are out. No change on the team, and Kilmessan are out as well too in their blue and white, and they are of course getting ready for action here as well. Murt, I'm going to call in your colleague. Thank you very much for joining us. No change, you said? No change. I think what they will be watching though, they'll be watching Megan Tyne, who created the final goal, and you might find a change of tactic of somebody maybe, as we'd say in the male sport, man-marking job on her today, maybe. But then again, they may concentrate on their own game. I'm not into the management of the tactical side of it, but best of luck to both sides. Okay, thanks very much, Murt. I'm going to call in James Welch from Kilmessan as well. James is the Kilmessan co-commentator, and James, you're welcome back. You don't need the woolies as much today, though it's not exactly Balearic Island stuff here now at the moment either, but a much nicer day.
Much nicer day, yeah. No, weather hopefully will play a big part again today. Last week was between wet, wind. We all know what it was like. The referee stopping the play a lot of the time just to even start it again, throw it in, etc. On the game last week, I suppose Kilmessan lucky to be here again today. As we know, the late goal. Clanmaurice, I feel, might have learned nearly more out of the game last week from maybe Kilmessan. Kilmessan, they got it tougher than they thought, but hopefully to be able to run at them, I'm hoping a bit more, where it might throw Clanmaurice out. When they did run at them towards the second half, the Clanmaurice didn't have much answers, but look, it's all 0-0 again, so we're at it. There's one change on the Kilmessan team. Nadine Doyle is not starting, and you have Kelly Gorman coming in onto the full forward line.
Would that be a direct switch?
No, I think Kelly is coming in on the full forward line, and we've one of the girls going out then where on 12 here where Nadine was. Okay. We'll get more info on that.
Okay, you were a YouTube sensation during the week in Kilmessan, were you, after your debut last weekend?
Yeah, a phone was hopping there, all right. Yeah. So to be a bit more maybe this week as well with LMFM. Live streaming it as well, so hopefully they'll be all tuning in, that people that can't be here.
Okay, James, I'll let you take your position in the commentary box alongside Murt and Killian Whelan. Thank you for joining us. That's James Welch from Kilmessan, our co-commentator, and we have we're going to join Aveen here, supporter of so you need to face up to the camera, Kilmessan supporter.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
I feel very excited at this moment in time. I'm not sure who wins or who loses, but
Keep looking at the camera now.
uh,
What do you think? Were you disappointed how you played last weekend?
well, yeah, because some of us couldn't pick up a ball, but it wasn't the greatest of days at the moment in time. So it is. You never know who wins today because they're both good.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, well, thank you very much for joining us, Evie. Thank you.
Thank you.
Say hello to the Kilmessan. Say up Kilmessan before you go.
Up Kilmessan!
That's Evie from Kilmessan, bundle of energy. As we said, we're going to join our commentary team in a moment. This is the AIB YouTube channel covering Camogie, AIB, the competition sponsors, and today's broadcast sponsors as well. And this stream will also go out onto LMFM radio. They'll be taking full coverage of the game as well. We're about to get going any moment now. And I see Catherine Neary, the president of the Camogie Association, nearby. I think Catherine's going to have a quick word with us as well too. So yes, Catherine, you can come out to join us. I know you were in Crettyard last weekend, Catherine, but it was no day for walking out the pitch last weekend.
No, it wasn't. No, the pitch here looks superb. It's in fantastic condition. I suppose last weekend was a bit unfortunate. We had rain. We had chilling wind, if you like. Camogie, die attitude and game of the year. I think she only saw one of the teams at a time.
The president of the Camogie.
Mines GA. Leash. Looking at Clanmaurice then down to my right hand side, just having the last few chats, heading off in the Nina direction, I suppose. He's noticing from last week she has a sizable enough bandage on her right knee.
Yeah, I believe she did have a knee injury during the game last, but Tracy will keep going for as long as she can anyway, and just proves that she's back out there again today. But no, it is strapped up there, and hopefully that'll hold up because she'll be a key player there in the halfbacks.
We're hearing word as well, and we're just waiting confirmation. There possibly will be one, if not two, changes in the Kilmessan team.
Yeah, there's definitely, I believe, one. Kelly Gorman is coming in there for Nadine Doyle, but I think from what I hear that Kelly is going into the full forward line, and maybe Megan Collins is going out a half forward, but we're just watching that. And I think Shannon Tyne has been not starting, and Aisling Walsh is going back into the corner there with Maeve O'Leary. But I don't know actually the positions just yet. I think Maeve, there was talk of Maeve playing midfield, so we're just waiting for them to line out here, Killian, and we'll take it from there.
Yeah, we'll take it from there. All right, John Waters keeping cards close to his chest here before the officials come into the middle of the field. I'm joined also on commentary as we were last week by Mort Murphy and Mort Clanmaurice. Look like they have a clean bill of health.
Yeah, they had a few knocks, as you would have after a tough game, like a battle that they had last Sunday. But yeah, I think the girls have. They would have liked obviously to have Liz Hoolan on board. She would be at cornerback, an experienced campaigner, would make a huge difference to the team. But they are where they're at now. They have what they have, and they're going to take it on board. They did look pretty relaxed this morning. They didn't look stressed or anxious, and I think that's a good way to come into a game. They have nothing to lose. I suppose Kilmessan still the favourites, but at the end of the day, it'll all go down to the intensity, the work rate, the endeavour. I think a key member for the Kerry girls today could well be their full forward, Jackie Horgan. I think she could be a girl who might just cause problems to the Kilmessan full back line. Then on the other side, we need a repeat performance from the likes of Niamh Lean, Alana Mansell in goals, Sarah Murphy, Elaine Rail, Orla Young. So the entire back line. So I think the first 15 minutes, again, as I said last week, it will dictate what's going to happen. If Kilmessan get on top early and score a few goals and go clear, Clanmaurice will find it difficult. But if they keep it tight until half time and then they're in the game with 15 minutes to go, they have every chance.
Very quickly now, both teams getting together. Do you think they shook off maybe the thoughts that they had in All Ireland in the bag and then it was just taken from them?
Yeah, that was gone by the time they got to Limerick. I think what they have done is they have shaken off the fact that this is a very, very strong and maybe too strong a Meath team, and they know that they can actually match them, and that could be a big thing today.
As we pause for Oran Naveen here. So the roars go up for Kilmessan and Clanmaurice then as we get ready for this game. Of course, the home of Jason Ford. We're in Jason Ford, of course, the Tipperary senior hurler. Would frequent these pitches, of course, here at Silver Mines, and also it's the home of Arravale Rovers football team. That would also contribute a number of players to various Tipperary football teams. So it's a historic enough GA location, and of course surrounded by mountains right behind us, the sun on our backs today, which makes a bit of a difference here in the location. So we're about to get underway. Referee is Alan Doheny of Laois, and Clanmaurice then will protect the clubhouse end for the first half and attack the Nina end of the ground here. And Doheny just making sure everyone is in position. So looking at seeing Maeve is in there. Maeve O'Leary then wearing 21. She's gone to middle of the field. We're also seeing in here Laura Collins in for the throw, but we'll keep an eye on positions and everything like that as Clanmaurice win that. But Aileen Donnelly, the key woman in the Kilmessan attack that scored the 1-4 and got that vital goal in the early stages, knocks the ball forward. But back there is picking it up Sarah Murphy, as she did so often, and a little bit more given the ground and a bit more hop maybe for the Slitter today that might help the girls, and we might see a quicker game of Camogie here this afternoon as Aoife Bean, the goal scorer, goes down and wins this, takes it out over the line though, and it should be a Kilmessan ball. And already, James, a little bit more of an intensity in the Kilmessan unit as we see them just straight from the throw-in starting to make a few moves and putting pressure on the Clanmaurice girls. Ball knocked forward then by the number 10 Stephanie Horn, that was taken by Tracy King, but they've lost it now, and it's in there is Patrice Diggin, and Diggin just letting her opposite number and opposite player there, Megan Quillan, know that she was around and she'd won the ball, and she has this free in. So here's an opportunity then for Patrice. She's only a few metres in from the sideline, which is a good crowd here. She probably can hear me, so I'll try and speak as low as possible as she aims to get this ball in around the house. And this gives us an idea how the Slitter will fly today. A ball is dropped in and in around the top of the D there, and Clanmaurice are still at it and knocking this ball on. It looks like Olivia Deneen looking to get in there, but ball is still on the deck. No one getting it up in the hand and trying to dig this ball out now. Kilmessan to try and clear the area. Alva Lynch in there trying to dictate matters, but again it's Clanmaurice to come out with it, and they always seem to come out with the rucks incredibly hard with it, and they've done the same here as that ball does thrown loosely back, and now a chance for Kilmessan to break here. Look to offload this ball is Lynch, centre half, but it's Jackie getting in there and disrupting matters there. So Patrice Diggin picking it up now and giving it off here now to Laura Collins. Laura knocking it in long, could be an opportunity. That looks like it was coming together of players, but it's worked out for Kilmessan, and it's knocked out here now, and looking for Megan Quillan to get on the bike and maybe search out her cousin Katie as well. Megan looks up, use a little bit of pace, knocking it inside, looking for a bit of movement there out of Leah Dennehy, but again it's going to be cleared out, and it's Sarah Murphy already on the ball in the opening stages here, getting this ball forward. Ball falls behind Jackie Horgan, but she gets it at maybe the third time of asking, and manages to roll it up on the hurl. Who's inside? She has to get through the players. Then she gives it to Deneen. Deneen knocking it in long, but it looks like it's going to be in the Kilmessan keeper's grasp, and that of course is Anne-Marie Dennehy. Anne-Marie didn't do a whole lot wrong in the game last week, but that goal just sneaked in past her in the last minute of the game. But thankful to see Aileen Donnelly, of course, get a goal at the other end. Is coming forward now, is strong on the ball, is Jackie Horgan, looking to get this ball in. Could be an overlap here now for Clanmaurice. Still 6s and 7s back there in the Kilmessan defence, but it's Tracy King Captain by name and nature in there, doing the captain's role well and getting this ball forward towards Stephanie Horn, but she's been crowded out of it, and again a bit of a ruck forms, and it's King trying to dig it out of some of the heavy grass there, but it's Patrice Diggin looking to get close to the sideline, firing this ball in. It's a dangerous ball in the sun. It's been tapped down, taken off for Sive Horgan. Has been knocked forward. Similar run the last foul, says the referee. Yeah, so Kilmessan going to take this free. Your early thoughts?
Yeah, well, I'm pleased from the point of view that Clanmaurice have started well. Okay, they haven't penetrated to get a score yet, but I think they've done very well so far. That should be over the bar.
Oh, it's breaking on the edge of the square, and it's still there now with Kilmessan having it, jinking and jiving in there. Ball has been knocked back out here to full forward. Katie Niquillan, and Katie Niquillan gets the opening score of this junior Camogie final replay. Sponsored, of course, by AIB, and that's a good score there. A point to no score, Katie Niquillan, so at least relieving some of the pressure now on Aileen Donnelly to get all the scores. She's got the score, of course, the sister of Rory Niquillan that plays football with Meath. And ball has been poked out and on its way, and it's Sarah Murphy again knocking it down long, looking for a bit of movement in there for Anne-Marie Lean. Anne-Marie hits the deck though, and the Kilmessan have turned it over now, and it's breaking out with Alva Lynch knocking it up long and up the field. Kelly Gorman, of course, it's in the team in place of Nadine Doyle. In there as well, wearing 21, Maeve O'Leary. And Kilmessan take it back off Patrice Diggin, and the ball is knocked into the corner now. An opportunity for Kilmessan, relieving some of the pressure in the backs, and after getting the opening score, maybe a chance to add on to it now. It's the scorer, Katie Niquillan, trying to get down on this ball. But in there still, Maeve looking to disrupt matters, Maeve O'Leary. But ball has been taken away, and it's Niamh Lean, who I have to say I thought was my player of the match the last day in Cretty Yard. But the ball has been knocked forward, and it's Tracy King now up a good bit up the field from her wing back position, but a break on here now for Clanmaurice, trying to charge forward on this ball now is Olivia Deneen. Deneen looking to step away from Tracy King, knocking the ball into the middle of the field now, looking for a little bit of action. Good physicality there being shown by Anne-Marie Lean, trying to dig that ball out, still been locking around there. Jackie Horgan in there, could break out here, looking to scoop it into the hand of Aoife Bean. Bean looking to step inside, has a pull around the waist. It should be a free in and a chance here for Patrice Diggin. It took a while, but they worked out well.
Yeah, well, I think Sarah Murphy started that from the back, and then Patrice carried it on, and I think key as well is Aoife Behan, Olivia Deneen, great ball inside, and now Patrice has a chance today, and I think she won't miss too much today. Probably put the kibosh on her now, but I think she'll put us over.
Okay, we'll wait and see anyway. As we said, the slitter a little bit drier, and the hurl that little bit drier compared to the last day, of course, in Cretty Yard. That was part of the factor in maybe some of these frees not being able to go the distance, but looking at Patrice Diggin then with this opportunity, she stands about 42 metres out, and just to the right of the right hand upright. Should suit her now. She tends to drift into the left that little bit, so she's got to be just a bit careful to make sure this is a bit more strength on it, and she got the strength, but she did drift it left, as I feel she has a habit of doing, and that's maybe a chance gone.
Yeah, definitely a chance gone. Pulled it a bit left. It's her first free taken, so let's hope she gets it sorted as the game goes on. But I think they got their point, and it was principally because of the running of Megan Tyne. She started on the edge of the square the last day. She's further out the field today, and I think that's a big plus for Kilmessan.
Yeah, it's interesting. She's actually lining out, and Aileen Donnelly tried to get on the break, and it's Maeve O'Leary getting in there, but it's Patrice Diggin again doing an awful lot of work, gets through an awful lot of ball here for Clanmaurice, and the ball is in Clanmaurice's hands to try to get it forward. The referee says there was a foul, but he says that the Clanmaurice player overplayed the ball, and it's going to be a free out for Kilmessan. I thought a little bit harsh on the Clanmaurice girl there, as she was surrounded by Kilmessan players, but Kilmessan, James, seemed to come down here with a kind of case in point now. They learned a lot from last day.
Yeah, they learned a lot. They're moving the ball, and there's a bit more weight about them today, because last week they were going down the middle, where the full back for Clanmaurice was sweeping up everything, so they're keeping it wide, which is maybe a reason why Megan is probably playing a half forward today too. So
yeah, going to make those diagonal runs, and another free now. This one about 40 metres out, only a few metres in from the far touchline, where there's a few Kilmessan heads over on that side, standing on the concrete terrace, and good few around us here. I have to say Kilmessan have travelled in numbers, no doubt, and so have Clanmaurice, as Aileen Donnelly strike this into the angle with the sun, but she's missed it on her own side, and it's a wide for Kilmessan. And James, you know, opportunities we saw the last day, a lot of those have to be taken.
Yeah, there's two to free on either side there after being missed there. Now, maybe it's nerves on the two of them, so hopefully they'll settle into it there now, because Aileen is better at the frees than that.
9.5 minutes gone then, and it's Kilmessan who lead by a point to no score. The hot favourites for this, but of course needed a last seconds goal from Aileen Donnelly the last day to get to this replay down here in Silvermines GA grounds in Dulla in County Tipperary, as the ball is knocked forward here now. Looking, Michelle Costello used her physicality well there to keep that ball in train. Goal scored last day, Aoife Bean, but she's been well tracked there by Alva Lynch. And that ball has been won back there, I think, by Lynch, and she just had it in her hand and then it was knocked out of it. And it's still there, a bit of a ruck forming again, and looked like a push in the back, and surely the ref will give a free for that, and that's going to be a free in. And
Aoife Bean is absolutely crucial as well. She's having a great game today, and she did as well the last day. She's tremendous pace, and she gets away. She can create the opening. What we need is more probably from inside, Jessica and Anne-Marie Lean, to create a threat inside in the full back line.
Yeah, so Clanmaurice definitely playing maybe with one inside in the full forward line at the moment, and then using a counter attack. But here's a chance out for Patrice Diggin again. Interesting to see now at the angle that she is at from this, and about 2 metres in from the stand side here, and about 42 metres out. Similar range, and this looks good from Patrice Diggin. That's a glorious score from Patrice Diggin. We know she has it in the locker, and now she's proven the point there.
Ashbourne All-Stars, I said 3 Ashbournes. When you play at that level, you've got it. This girl was playing Féile or up to Féile age with boys 12 and 13 years, and she was better than them. That's how good she is.
Yeah, Patrice Diggin is a fine one as well, but this girl is having a great game as Aoife Bean, and she's knocked it in long now. Can something happen out of this break? It drops deep, looking for maybe one of the corner forwards to come in. Jessica Fitzell is in there, but a chance to clear it there was Aisling Walsh, but Walsh has been broken down. Clanmaurice now coming on the overlap here, could be a chance to get this ball off. Still Clanmaurice have it in their hands now. It's Sive Horgan going to have a shot, it's over the bar. Good score from Clanmaurice. They worked that very well from the puck out there.
They did brilliant work there. Great work by Jessica Fitzell to work the ball back out to Sive Horgan, who got the second point, and that's encouraging for them. Anne-Marie Lean, she's a small bit rusty from the point of view is she doesn't train with the team. She travels over from Scotland for the games. She's over there doing work study or course over there, so that's tough. She's a very, very good player, but she just doesn't have time to practice or to play, so she just comes to the games.
Oh yeah, but she's still fitting in here with the unit today. She wouldn't be on the team if she wasn't good enough to be on it, and she's given her utmost here, and it's a fair commitment for her to be travelling over and back, and fair play to Anne-Marie. She's had to make that journey twice this week, so 2 points to 1. Just over 12 minutes gone here in Silvermines GA grounds, and our coverage here on the AIB YouTube channel. Let us know through the AIB media online where you might be listening to us, if you're a Kilmessan or a Clanmaurice supporter, as Kilmessan get on this ball now. Maeve O'Leary bustling her way through. Patrice Diggin on, there was no one in there, and again lovely control. This woman has some pair of hands. Niamh Lean, at the way she's able to control the ball.
She has hands like magnets. They're just attracted to the slitter, and she's a fabulous strong player, forceful, plays from the front, and great addition. But here comes Kilmessan again.
Yeah, here comes Megan Tyne more importantly, and that ball is dropping in. Oh, it's caught in there, but then just gone through the grasp. Could be an opportunity there for Kilmessan. It's still in there, but there again is Sarah Murphy. Murphy turning and looking to break out, of course, but it's Kilmessan in there again. Aileen Donnelly using some of her guile and her ability and her experience playing this ball off. Here goes Tynan, another slaloming run maybe, but that ball has been cut out, and it's a chance again for Clanmaurice maybe to break out. But there's Donnelly right on the edge of the ruck, like a good out half or flanker might be, looking to knock this ball back, trying to get it on her hands. Leah Dennehy back to Maeve O'Leary, back in around the goal, but a good block down there by the Clanmaurice defence. Back in there again is the Clanmaurice. Patrice Diggin looking to get this ball back, but it looked like it could have been robbed there by the point scorer for Kilmessan, Katie Niquillan. Niquillan still in there around it, another ruck forming on the 30-metre line. Donnelly is just outside it, waiting to pop an opportunity maybe, but it's Patrice Diggin that's coming out, working seriously well back there to try and help and relieve her defence. Ball is knocked forward now, held up in the ground that little bit as Jackie Horgan tried to get onto it, but scooping it up well. Alva Lynch, the crowd really getting behind her here now, you'd have to say. Ball is knocked forward. Tracy King looking to step inside her player, the captain looking to kick it on, but again doing very, very well there to flick that ball away was Laura Collins. Ball is kept in play though. It's the full forward Jackie Horgan giving it off now straight. Ball across the field. Aoife being out of Mitzel or Anne-Marie Lean, but it's Jessica Fitzell that does get on this ball now. She's surrounded by 3 or 4, I should say, Kilmessan players, but the ref says that there was a foul committed on her there, and it's going to be a free in. Good relieving clearance again by Patrice Diggin.
She's some player. They say, by the way, she's so quick that when she turns the light switch off at night to go to bed, she's in bed before it gets dark. Now, she is absolutely outstanding. The ground she's covering, but I have to hand it there to the defence. Again, you had the likes of Niamh Lean, Michelle Costello, Sarah Murphy. They were all involved in denying Kilmessan a clear chance at goal or a clear shot, and I think that's maybe where the game can be won and lost.
Right, Patrice Diggin then with this opportunity about 48 metres out, nearly in line with the blue spot, we'll say. The blue, of course, the blue and white of Silver Mines here, that is on the crossbar on the Nina end of the grounds here. And she the post. Yes, there are 11 minutes. This coming after 16 minutes of the game. Sive Horgan has sandwiched those efforts, and the opening score coming from Katie Niquillan. The game now starting to favour Clanmaurice a bit.
A little, but it's very similar. They did dominate. Same score, 3-1, and they dominated the first 20 minutes the last day. But this time round, they need to keep it up, keep it going, and ensure that they build up a lead if they can.
Yeah, they're very dangerous on the break, and you still would fear them as Clanmaurice then take this free quick, knocking it into the middle. That's a very clever ball now, but it's been left behind there that little bit, and then an opportunity to slip. Patrice had it in her hand, and then it went from her. Now is an opportunity for Kilmessan to attack out in front here now. This time of Niamh Lean is, of course, the point scorer Katie Niquillan, but she's allowed, obviously, Lean to get back in there, and also Sarah Murphy. Bit of a ruck for me now. Who's outside it there? Looking to get on this ball. An opportunity is Collins. Collins looking to head back towards her own goal to find a bit of space and then flick it out here. Try to get it into the hands of Elaine Rail, but the ball has gone back into Niamh Lean. Who else? The absolute magnet, as you said there earlier on, as the ball breaks over on the far side now. Trying to come forward with it there was Laura O'Neill for Kilmessan. It's still with Kilmessan. Megan Tyne in there trying to make herself busy. Loses the ball as she goes forward. I think sometimes Megan is so quick she sometimes can leave the ball behind her, but the ball is back here now to Maeve O'Leary. O'Leary looking around, flicking the ball in. Could be a dangerous ball if it works out. Niquillan knocks it down to herself, but Niamh Lean again is in there to be able to disrupt matters. Sarah Murphy in there looking to kick this ball away and out of a danger area here. Kilmessan maybe not getting the numbers there. A lot of Clanmaurice players, but here coming forward now is Megan Niquillan. Megan getting forward. The ref says she's pulled back, and that's a free in. And considering, you'd have to say, James, that she was surrounded by 4 Clanmaurice players, she worked that very well.
Yeah, she did well to get a free there. She was going forward, she just got to pull back there. But it's very hard to see where Kilmessan are going to get scores from play, because when they're letting the ball in there, the full back line as last week is just sweeping everything up. So frees at this moment in time are very valuable.
Aileen Donnelly then 20 metres out, should suit her. Coming into this now at the scoreboard end here, 17.5 minutes gone. She puts that over the bar, and that is her first score of this AIB All-Ireland Junior Club Camogie Championship Final. And you can check us out online on YouTube and also on the various social media outlets with AIB. Let us know where you're listening, if you're a Clanmaurice or a Kilmessan fan. But Aileen Donnelly getting her first score, and that it comes from a free after 18 minutes of the game here. So have a look at the action, of course, on our stream on YouTube. You can check it out there, and let us know, as we said, through AIB on Facebook or Twitter, where you might be tuned into us. As this final now is good to see. Another competitive encounter is trying to come forward. There was Laura O'Neill, and she was fouled, no doubt, and the ref, I think, is going to make a point of talking to Laura Collins. Don't think we saw too much talking to players last week, because I think the referee gave them the benefit of the doubt in the tricky conditions, but ref is just telling Laura, watch what she's doing with the hurl into the back, as Aileen Donnelly then just down from us here is on the 65 metre line, looking for a bit of movement, but 63 metres out when she hits this ball, knocking across towards Megan Niquillan, knocked down, and it's the other Megan Tyne kicking it away from Michelle Costello to try and get it on an angle here now to scoop it up. Eventually on the 20 metre line steps inside her player, thinking about having a shot, flicking the ball across, but no Kilmessan player went for that ball there, and Clanmaurice dallied at it a little bit, and could have been overturned, but they work it out here now. An opportunity to come out with it here through Collins, but she's been disrupted and held up there by Stephanie Horn. Horn is in there trying to kick at it and get a flick at it, but the ball is now back in Clanmaurice's possession with Elaine Rail, famous enough Kilkenny name, and the ball has been flicked out over the line. The Linesman says it came off the boot. Clanmaurice were looking for it here. The woman looking after the water was reckon it was a Clanmaurice ball, but it's a Kilmessan ball. He said came off the foot, and with 19.5 minutes gone, an opportunity here now for Stephanie Horn to get this maybe into a danger area here. And it's up on a good tuft of grass. Opportunity to flick it across, but there's only one player inside. If she does, and she doesn't catch it at all well, and goes out over the line, and it's a Clanmaurice ball. James, that would be a bit of a worry. She was looking inside for some Kilmessan player. There's only one standing on the edge of the square.
Yeah, and Kilmessan done the exact same, Killian, there last week as well. They left Leah Dennehy in there, and her physicality is not going to be strong enough against the full back line that's there. So I'd sooner like to see the likes of Kelly standing in there, maybe at full forward or something.
Well, even if she had a backup player for if something was to flick down, but anyway, it's a sideline cut, and well cut by Elaine Rail. She did that below on Creddy Yard in terrible conditions, and she's done it the same again, and she barely disturbed the grass, Smurt.
Yeah, she's unreal at that. I think if you look at the conditions out there, I mean, the pitch is as good as it can be at this time of the year, but it's difficult for them because of the usage, obviously, of the pitch. So ground hurling and sideline cuts and frees and things are going to be difficult. So scores will be at a premium.
And Real then gets it into the middle then for Laura Collins. I think there was a bit of a dispute over whose sideline ball it was, and here goes Tyne getting on this ball, caught around the shoulder there by the number 6 Sarah Murphy, and it's going to be a free in, no doubt about it. And Megan, she's definitely been you'd say double watched anyway.
Yeah, when she gets the ball at all, they are pulling her and causing the freeze or whatever there. When she gets the ball, she's going to take them on, and that's what she does the whole time.
21 on the clock gone then as Aileen Donnelly has this opportunity, and 48 metres out. Should be able to suit her distance, you'd have to say. Gets a good hit at it, it's dropping in, it's a dangerous ball, but there's the hand in Niamh Lean. Lean coming out again with it, driving forward, flicking this ball out now, and it's caught by Rail. Rail has all of a sudden come into this game, but the ref said she threw that ball, and maybe it was a tight one to call, but I thought he was right beside it. I think he got that one right, no doubt about it. And this now an opportunity here for Aileen Donnelly to get the measure of this one. She was similar angle on the 20-metre line only minutes ago, and now an opportunity for her to split the post again. Puts this ball towards the right hand upright, just about gets in there, and that's up and over the bar. We were right in angle with it, no doubt about it. It was a point. 22 minutes gone then, and it is a level game here, and that of course a point coming there from Aileen Donnelly.
Yeah, that was self-inflicted. Unfortunately, Elaine was called, Elaine Royal, for throwing the ball. Had come originally from a free given away, and the problem for Clanmaurice is Megan Tyne is causing him terrible problems. So on the other end, they're battling well, but it's very like the last day. 20 minutes in, and again now Kilmessan are beginning to get into the game, and Megan is causing problems. So Clanmaurice are going to have to get the next score.
So 3 points apiece. It was 3 points to 2 at half time in Creddy Yard, so it's still very, very tight. As trying to come out with it there was, of course, the cornerback, Caoimhe O'Leary. She seemed to have an awful lot of time to be able to get on that ball, but unfortunately, a little bit of dilly and dallying with it, and Clanmaurice were all over it, and she eventually fouled the ball. So free for Patrice Diggin, and at the moment, it looks like a bit of a shootout again, as it was in Creddy Yard, between Patrice Diggin and Aileen Donnelly here. Two fine free takers, you'd have to say. One with plenty of experience, one that's building on that experience. And this is Patrice Diggin then. 44.5 metres out, you'd say, about 10 in from the sideline. Tough one indeed with the angle, but she got it from a similar angle about 40 metres out a few minutes ago. She's sending this towards the post. That looks like it's tight to the right hand upright. Hits the upright. Ball is dropped down. It's picked up by Caoimhe O'Leary, and she has a chance to redeem herself and flick this ball out, and it's out over the sideline there. Dangerous enough ball when it drops on the small square there. And well, it's a chance for Patrice Diggin then. Is she going to take this sideline cut? And looking around now for maybe somebody to cut this ball to, someone in the centre possibly, but I think she'll drive this ball in, looking for maybe Jackie Horgan inside, or Anne-Marie Lean or Jessica Fitzell.
Yeah, I think Clanmaurice need more from the full forward line.
Yeah, that's maybe where it's not happening for them at the moment, as Kilmessan flicked that ball out, but Clanmaurice have picked it up and getting inside now. Could be an opportunity here. It's Aoife Bean flicking it across the square. Dangerous enough ball, flicked up. Oh, just Sive Horgan dropped it at the moment, and it could have been an opportunity. I think there was a bit of an overlap there, Merton. Something could have turned around.
Yeah, if she had been able to clip that, she'd have got it, and she'd have been straight through. And she had another player to her left, so very unlucky there.
Kilmessan robbed that ball and get it forward, but well won there and good strength by Tracy Moran, the captain of Clanmaurice. Gets his ball forward now, but it's Kilmessan there again, and but Clanmaurice come on to it. Sive Horgan starting to come into this game. Sive Horgan has won a free in there.
She's a very, very good player, Sive, and not related to the other Horgans, Jackie. Jackie's dad actually was captain of a football, a Field Rangers who won the senior football championship in Kerry. Johnny back in the day, he's here somewhere. But I think the half-forward line, Aoife Bean and Laura Collins and Sive Horgan, are playing very well. We just need to get a little bit more from the inside. But if Jackie Horgan clicks, Clanmaurice could be in business.
3 points apiece.
James won't agree with that.
3 points apiece then, and it's Patrice Diggin pointing in the direction that she's going to hit it, and it's heading towards the post, and that's over the bar from Patrice Diggin. So there's a good score then after 25 minutes here. Patrice Diggin with her 3rd point. She got 3 frees and 4 overall down in Cretty Yard, and well, she's 3 frees so far here of the 4 that Clanmaurice have. Sive Horgan with the other point, and that's a fine score there from Patrice Diggin.
Very similar to the last day, isn't it? It's like Groundhog Day, isn't it, James?
It's a bit.
Yeah, same again. The battle of the frees as well.
Yeah, and conditions here lovely now, sunny day here, a little bit different to Cretty Yard. As ball is on the way out then from Anne-Marie Dennehy, a little bit busier in this first half than she was in Cretty Yard, and it's Clanmaurice that win it. That looks like a free, and I would have given that to Clanmaurice there, but ref allowing the play to continue, and he allows a ruck to form. Now he's going to throw it in. But I think
I would rarely, and last week you heard me, I didn't complain. But if Laura Collins wasn't pushed there, I didn't spill blood earlier.
Well, Laura Collins, he pulled Laura Collins for a similar foul only about 5 minutes ago. But anyway, ball is back in play. Alan Dohney is allowing them to play here, and that's helping the entertainment. The crowd really getting behind it here. They're left and right of us here in the stand. As we look out at action at 4 points to 3 then here in Silvermines GA grounds in Dulla in County Tipperary. Of course, you can catch all the action here on the AIB YouTube channel, and let us know on social media where you might be tuned into us. Are you a Kilmessan or a Clanmaurice player? And ball is flicked in where Tracy King holds up her player, and the ball is being flicked out. Looked like she took it out over the sideline, and yeah, Kilmessan Stephanie Horgan dragged it over the line.
I think the pressure and the intensity of Clanmaurice definitely is having an effect on Kilmessan. They're not allowing them to settle on the ball, and they're winning the physicality stakes right now, but that doesn't mean that can't change.
Yeah, it doesn't mean it can't change. We'll get James's view just in a moment now as we see Patrice Diggin then just down here in front of us taking the sideline cut. Lovely sideline cut, lovely sandwich there, chip in. She was looking for a bit of a run there from Laura Collins. Laura a bit loose with the hurl, but the ball might have broken there for Kilmessan, but in there trying to disrupt matters, a number of the Kilmessan players, and Laura O'Neill making her presence felt. She spun around there a few times as she tried to win that ball back, but it's Kilmessan that do pick up the break. Alva Lynch looking to play it forward now, looking for a bit of a run over on the far side, trying to get it up on her. Leah Dennehy. Leah with a bit of a Kerry name, bit of a Cork name as well, but she's well versed in Kilmessan and Meath as she goes up along the far side, taking Michelle Costello for a bit of a run over on the far side of the field here in Silvermines as the ball breaks away from Kelly Gorman, and Clanmaurice have turned it over again and knocked it forward. And who else was back in there disrupting matters? Only Niamh Lean. Ball is knocked forward now, but Alva Lynch, who's coming into the game as well, down at the far end of the field, knocking the ball forward now. Stephanie Horn in a bit of room, knocking it up the wing, but the Kilmessan player that she was aiming for is down being attended by a physio at the moment. The referee has decided to halt matters here with 28 minutes gone. And
isn't Niamh Lean there again? She collected that loose ball that came in. Isn't she a tremendous reader of the game and a tremendous player? And I think some of the other players, the keeper and Patrice, and we talk about Aoife Behan and some of the other girls, but I think Niamh doesn't get enough credit for the girl that she is. And she had an exam yesterday, she has an exam tomorrow, they have exams in UL. Those girls have been working, studying hard during the week. They've had lots of exams. This replay didn't really suit them, and she goes out and plays like that. She was probably up all night.
Yeah, fair play to her. She was. Yeah. I know what you were meaning by that word, but anyway, she is here today doing her bit for Clanmaurice again, and it's going to be free out for Clanmaurice, and it's Niamh Lean that's looking around now for a bit of movement, and knocks this ball long up the field, down into the corner, looking for maybe Fitzell to get on this ball, but breaks away. But it is going to be Jackie Horgan though that gets in there and wins it, flicking it towards Laura Collins. Collins is robbed of the ball by Alva Lynch, but wins it back somehow, and then eventually it goes back towards Kilmessan with Stephanie Horn up along the far side again, looking for again Leah Dennehy. Dennehy loses the ball going forward though, and again it's been turned over. Clanmaurice looking to get forward, and I thought again maybe Sive Horgan got a little bit of a nudge there, but ref allowing the play to continue as the ball breaks, and getting in there trying to disrupt matters again. Aileen Donnelly got 1-4 of course in that vital goal in the last 30 seconds of the drawn match the last day, as we were heading towards the countdown. Kilmessan worked it through Megan Tyne and into Aileen Donnelly, and she got that goal. That means that we have a replay here today. 4 points to 3 it is. 3-2 it was at half time in Creddy Yard. It's going to be 4-3 unless something drastically happens here now as we head towards Splashdown. I would imagine we are going to have about a minute, I would say, of additional time here. There was one or two little stoppages. Don't know whether it amounts to a full minute, but anyway, we're in additional time here now. As a minute has gone up on the clock on the far side. Aileen Donnelly, don't mention that additional time, of course. That's where Clanmaurice unfortunately were to lose their chance on that All-Ireland title last week, but the ball breaks and it's Patrice Diggin and Aileen Donnelly, the two matriarchs, I would say, of Clanmaurice and Kilmessan. Ball has been played forward up by Clanmaurice, trying to get it with Orla Young. Orla looking to get forward, but she's been turned over, and it's Maeve O'Leary. Busy player out there, Maeve. Good block by Elaine Rail though. Rail looking to turn forward and play it on forward, but it's going to be, I think Kilmessan will win the race to this one, heading back towards their own goal. Good turn there by Laura O'Neill up along the far wing now. Kilmessan gets up before half time. It's heading towards that clock now. 20 seconds of that time remaining, and it's a sideline cut over on the far side. I imagine the ref will allow play to continue here until we see what happens out of this. And Megan Tyne is heading towards this sideline cut.
Michelle Costello, she's a teacher. She's one of the original founders of the club as well. She's playing over there number 4, and she's playing a great game. She was telling me that she has a half day coming up or something, so she'd be hoping to celebrate during that half day.
I'm sure she will, as the ball is knocked down, and as Kilmessan coming forward now. An opportunity to slalom through the tackles here was Megan Niquillan, but that's been turned over again, but it's still worked back there by Kelly Gorman. Play continues even though now we are over the allocated minute of additional time. It's still Kilmessan. So Clanmaurice, I think, are going to have to disrupt this if they're going to, referee's going to blow full time or half time whistle here. Ball is back out now. It's worked all the way out the field. Clanmaurice are still putting the pressure on. Ref is allowing the play to continue though. It's going to be hit in by Megan Tyne. Dropping in and over the bar from Megan Tyne. 40 yards out she was. The play was allowed to continue, and Megan Tyne has lifted the ball and up and over the bar. 4 points apiece it is with 31.5 minutes gone. He played 30 seconds over, I think purely because Kilmessan were still on the attack, and it would be hard done by, I suppose, if he didn't allow them that opportunity. Megan Tyne eventually was worked out to her, and ball over the bar. Good score from a Kilmessan point of view, James.
Yeah, brilliant score, and badly needed, because they didn't score from play only the first few minutes with Katie Collins there. But again, like last Sunday, their physicality that Clanmaurice has brought to the game here again. Kilmessan are coming out second best on everyone. If any 50-50 ball that's going in there, Clanmaurice are coming out with it. And it's only when Kilmessan are playing it wide that they're able to get the likes of Leah Dennehy and Megan. Leah's only, she can get on the ball at all. She will run with it all right. No, just the width has to be brought to the second half if they want to, because there's no way through that full back line as far as I can see.
Okay, that's James. Quick word, Mort, then before we head down to Liam.
Pleased with the physicality they're showing, the intensity, the tackling, the defending is excellent. Like to see them convert more and create more scores, and they've got to watch Megan Tyne. She is going to be probably the difference between, in my estimation, Clanmaurice being champions and not.
Okay, there you have it then, the views then of Kilmessan here and Clanmaurice at half-time from Mort Murphy of Clanmaurice and James Walsh of Kilmessan. 4 points apiece. It's still in the melting pot. It can go anyway. Liam Horan.
Thank you very much, Killian. Yes, absolutely still in the melting pot. Two really evenly matched teams, as we've seen over the last game and a half. This one in Silvermines here in Tipperary on the AIB YouTube channel. The All-Ireland Junior Camogie final between Clanmaurice and Kilmessan. 4 points apiece at half-time. Joined by a man from AIB who makes a lot of this happen, John Kerry. You were last weekend, John, in Cretty Yard. Yep. We have a better day, but there's no change in terms of how closely matched these teams are.
Still very, very close team. Two very evenly matched teams, have to say. Clanmaurice, great start again from them. Some brilliant free taking now. Some great quality, some great strikes from near the sideline there. And Kilmessan have come back into it again like last week. So there'll be nothing in it again, I'm sure, near the final whistle. So yeah, great contest again.
Yes, it's as we said, so evenly poised right through last weekend and again this weekend. And John, we were tempting fate last week, as I said a few times. That was the last Camogie game of the year, but it didn't turn out to be that, of course, because of today. But for AIB, this is a part of your suite of sponsorship of GA and GA-related club sponsorships.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's great to be able to bring these games to a wider audience. I think last week we'd over 2,000 people tuning in, so it's great to be able to multiply. There's a great crowd here against, say, a couple of hundred people, but it's great to be able to multiply that reach and have people tuning in from all over the world. So yeah, we'll hope to do this again, or maybe next year for the finals, for the senior finals and intermediate. So hopefully more streaming to come throughout the year. So
okay, well, thank you for joining us, John.
Yeah,
John Kerry from the Marketing and Social Media Department of AIB. We're going to bring in 3 Kilmessan supporters, Aveen, Sarah and Mila. Mila, is that right? Yeah. Stand here and look to the camera. Again, we had Aveen beforehand. She was the star turn beforehand. What are you feeling, girls? You started poorly again, but you've got back level by half-time. I need more than no now, girls. Come on now.
Hopefully we'll just be able to put all our heart in it and just go for it and try our best. And
what do you feel? You finished a half stronger.
I think so.
We are getting back into it, but we still need to try harder and be level again, because we do need to win this time and not be going home disappointed. Yeah.
Okay, who's the key player, Mila?
I would say probably Aileen Donnelly, because she's really good at the puck outs, and I think, she is really good.
I also think Tracy King is good as well. She's ahead of herself in the game, and she's always looking out of where the ball is going and where it should be going, and So
are you going to do it?
Yes, I think
high
so.
hopes in ourselves to win this time.
Fingers crossed.
Okay, well, thank you very much for joining us. I might talk to you afterwards as well too. We have thank you very much, Aveen. We have Trina Brazel, the Kerry PRO as well. Trina is going to join us to, I suppose, represent a little bit of the Clanmaurice viewpoint. Trina, Clanmaurice started well, as they did last weekend. It's level at half time. These sides are very hard to separate.
Oh, they're extremely very hard. This today is definitely going to go down to the wire again. Like, as you can see at half time last week, the score was 3 points to 2 at half time. It's level here again today. There's just no separating these two sides. In conditions like this, it's a little bit better today. And they're doing well. They're extremely well. I'm delighted with the play.
Yeah, you're happy with Clanmaurice overall?
Yeah, they're doing very well defensively and everything. They've got some great tackles in. They're getting the tackles in, and they're winning ball, and that's what they want.
Okay, what about Camogie and Kerry at the moment? This is a big day for you, I know.
Oh, look, there is no words to describe what a kind of a day this is. For these girls to win, it would definitely, the profile of Kerry Camogie would definitely be on the map. Like, it would be delightful if we could win this today. And look, as I said, never say never. Like, dreams do come true for these girls. They're a great, fantastic bunch of girls, but for the young people, under 12s, under 14s, under 10s, for these girls to see, they look up to these girls, so they definitely would look up to them today to have an All-Ireland medal at the end of the day.
You have a good crowd of supporters here today.
Yeah, we have a lot more today than last week, which is great. So obviously we're delighted with that, and delighted that there's people making the long way up, making the trip up and everything. So hopefully they're not going to be disappointed going home.
You're not used to going down the road disappointed in Kerry, so you're not?
No, no, definitely not. Well, hopefully today we won't be, so...
Okay, well, best luck, and thank you for joining us, Trina.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Trina Brazel, bringing in James and Murt now, actually. James and Murt together. Murt is our Kilmessan, or our Clanmaurice analyst. James Welch is our Kilmessan analyst. I'm going to start with you first, Murt. Like last weekend, a good start.
Yeah, good start. I think it's a very similar game. Clanmaurice, after 15 minutes, were 3-1 up. And then, of course, Kilmessan hit back. And Clanmaurice went a point up again, and they looked like leading by a point at half time until Megan Wynne again intervened. She's the principal danger as I see it. I think the Kerry girls are matching up well to both in intensity, work rate, everything to their opponents in every other aspect. But Orla will really have to stick tight, because I think if the ball goes wide, or if she gets an opening, she'll either score or create a score. And in the Clanmaurice side, then you have Patrice, who's been working very hard. She got a belt to the hand early on, and not sure that affecting her, but really it's a case for the defence. I mean, how good a Camogie player is Niamh Lean, and how high a standard could she play at? What an outstanding fullback. And then you got Michelle and
She has
Sarah.
repelled countless attacks there.
Ah, she has. I mean, they would have got through in goal. They'd have 3 or 4 goals scored by now, except for her. And it was the same the first day. She's a dominant fullback, and I don't know what Kilmessan are doing. I would have somebody possibly on her that would run her and try and bring her out to field, but she won't leave the edge of that, and they have other girls to pick it up. I think Laura Collins is doing a splendid job going back to number 11. She's going back kind of into the half back line around midfield, and then you have Aoife Behan, and a girl that's playing very well today is Sive Horgan, the number 12. She's already had a point. I think where Clanmaurice must improve is their inside line, and I think we need to get more maybe out of Jackie Horgan, Jessica, and Anne-Marie Lean, who's a sister of Niamh Lean. But overall, I'm happy because I thought maybe that if James's team got an early goal, we could be in trouble. But it's tight, and I think again it'll go down to the wire.
James, what are your thoughts?
It's a very same game as last week. There, you're talking draw match at half time again. Again, Clanmaurice bringing the physicality to it. It's just Kilmessan can't come out on top of that battle at all there. If any 50-50 ball at all, they're coming. Clanmaurice is coming out. Their full back line is very, very strong.
Can you run them more, as Murta suggested as well?
The only way they're going to do that if they can keep it wide as Megan and maybe Leah. But you can't see scores coming from anywhere else. Even the full back line, she's just sweeping up everything. I'd nearly go to maybe put Kelly Gorman or something and let her stand in with her and at least break the ball away from her or something, and have the likes of Megan and Leah coming in on it or something like that. You know what I mean? But the backs in Kilmessan as well, like, you know, their Alva Lynch has come into the game great there. There's a few mishaps there for maybe coming out with balls, and Clanmaurice, they're just on top of everything. There's nothing to be left out there at all by any player, you know.
Yes, it's certainly that kind of a game where every ball matters now, Mark, doesn't it? I mean, from very early on, the crowd were greeting scores as big events because they know this won't be a high-scoring affair.
No, it won't. And again, while the pitch is, playable and as good as you can have in early December, it still is tough and it's pretty worn, and there are, it's hard to pick the ball, it's hard to take frees, hard sideline cuts. But I think the key is the intensity and the work rate of the players. And I think their battle and, when they get together on these kind of skirmishes or scrums, as we call them, Clanmaurice are generally coming out on top there, and that's a sign of the physicality.
Okay, lads, I'll let you back to your commentary position. Kilmessan come out. Mary Jo Murphy, mother of Sarah Murphy, the Kerry centre half back. Well,
oh, very tense.
You've aged a bit since I saw you last.
Yeah, I probably have, yeah. It is very even. Kilmessan are a different team this time. They're very more evened out. I suppose the conditions are different in that, but I still think Clanmaurice can do it with their physicality. They seem to be stronger. But having said that now, it's just down to the wire, I'd say. Okay. So hopefully Clanmaurice will do it, but just I pray now at this stage.
A nail-biting second half.
A nail-biting, yeah, I tried it, but hopefully.
Okay, Mary Jo, thank you for joining us. Going to go back to Killian in the commentary area now. So back to Killian and Mort and James for the second half.
Thanks indeed, Liam. Just to let you know very field, Tara Camogie Club, London Camogie 7 takes place on the 7th of April next year. The club will play at competitions, and you can contact them for more details at secretary.taracamogie@gmail.com. That's the Tara Camogie Club, London Camogie 7th of April 2018, club and plate competitions. So those coming up next year. Of course, you're live here on AIB YouTube channel for the coverage of the AIB All-Ireland Junior Club Camogie Championship Final. Our match referee is, of course, Alan Doheny. He's getting in position. 4 points apiece. Quick word, Mort. You think you're still in this hunt?
Still in the hunt. I think if we can get a goal, I said it the last day, I think if we can get a goal, we'll shut shop this time round and might just win it.
Okay, James?
Yeah, it's back to level peg, and I don't think there's any changes out there. I thought there might have been a sub or two brought on there, but everything is starting as it finished there, half time.
Yeah. So, of course, numbers mean nothing anymore. There's all sorts of numbers in the middle of the field. I think the only customary midfield jersey was Patrice Diggin for that throw-in. There was 21, there was 2 11s I think in there as well. But, well, it's all about now just going out there and playing, and it's a change over on the far side, all right. And ball is coming forward now with Collins getting it forward, but Alvin Lynch is back there. And just wondering, was the change on the Kilmessan team? As opportunity to play the ball out. Just looking at it, good play there, you'd have to say, by the Kilmessan defence to hold up the Clanmaurice attack there, and a chance to break this ball clear.
I think just like the first half, it's the final ball they're leaving Clanmaurice down. They're hand passing the ball too high, and it gives the defence every opportunity to clear it. So that's something they must pick up on.
Aisling McLaughlin is the change for Kilmessan. She's about to come on to this ball if she can, but Patrice Diggin beats her to it, and Aisling is on, and she has come on in place of Leah Dennehy. So play is in and around now, and here is the player that's just come on, number 19, Aisling McLaughlin, getting it off here now to Megan Tyne. Tyne dropping it in, looking for a bit of a break here. Might work out now. Opportunity getting forward here. Kelly Gorman, no, taken away from her. Still there. And Michelle Costello puts her body in the way. The referee says that she was fouled in the back, and that's right there. He got that call right. And Michelle Costello needed to be big and strong there.
She did, because the substitute was inside our defence, and for once Niamh was outside her zone, just trying to cut the ball out. But back there was Niamh Costello, and she made a vital interception there, and she got fouled in the process. That could have been dangerous. A nearly goal or nearly score on either side could set the pattern for the second half.
Yeah, it could, as Michelle Costello then just getting the hands, I think, and the boss of the hurl dry there, and just taking her time just to re-establish herself, and the referee allowing her that much. So again, just to reiterate, the change at half time for Kilmessan, it's number 19 Aisling McLaughlin in for number 13 Leah Dennehy, as the ball breaks. And here is McLaughlin now, and she's putting the head down and breaking away from her marker, and she's still going. Aisling McLaughlin right on the edge of the hurl, flicking the ball off here, chance to come in, maybe it's Megan Quillen. Ball though is going to be taken away again by Sarah Murphy, and James, you would have felt maybe Megan should have kept going there.
Should have kept going. She put the ball across the goals there where there was no need. She should have took her own score there.
Aileen Donnelly knocking the ball in though, and it's the goalkeeper Mansell that didn't see a whole lot of Alana in the first half. She didn't have to be called into saves, and she's flicked that ball clear. As the ball is knocked inside here by Aileen Donnelly. Ball is back out now to Maeve O'Leary. Tried to get a flick on it, but it's blocked down by Clanmaurice again. O'Leary with a second time, looking to step outside. Here's Megan Tyne, a danger woman, flicking the ball inside. Could be an opportunity. Lovely turn in there. Could be a chance. Kelly Gorman, but the ball has gone to the right and wide. Only Kilmessan's second wide of the game. And, well, opportunity is knocking for Kilmessan. Clanmaurice just got to be careful.
Yeah, a little bit of looseness there, and we'll say around the half-back line there, with Kilmessan attacking, and they had a couple of opportunities there, maybe punishing us. But again, good defence, and just not a great finish by Kilmessan. Otherwise, they would have gone in front.
Yeah, so chances accruing now for Kilmessan that little bit, as Tracy King, the captain over on the far side, tries to keep that ball in play, but she's surrounded there by players, and eventually it's knocked out. And referee says that, and linesmen agree that it is a Clanmaurice ball, so a chance to lift some of the pressure here. Happy enough with where Kilmessan have started?
Yeah, they started there. They should have got a score all right now. Aisling McLaughlin has brought a bit of drive towards the forwards there. She got on 2 good balls there and ran at them there, where here's Katie now on the ball again, where she might just get around her. Yeah.
And she's on the charge here now, coming in along the end line, but that's swept away there again by the Clanmaurice defence. Patrice Diggin back there, but in there is O'Leary looking to get this ball off. Here's Aileen Donnelly, held up there and disrupted. She's also been double teamed whenever she gets an opportunity to get on this ball. Flicking it here now towards Megan Quillen. Got the first score of the game. Looking to turn around. Pirouettes around lovely to look inside. Flicking the ball towards Donnelly, but this again is rejected by the Clanmaurice defence. Ball is flicked out. Donnelly might make it across to this ball now. The person, of course, the player that got the goal the last day, that saw an opportunity to bring us back here, sees it fall now to Megan Tyne, but the ball has been robbed off her, and Clanmaurice are able to clear. But Donnelly is coming back out here now to try and have a look at this ball, flicking the ball around now the house. Opportunity still for Kilmessan, still could work out. at 6s and 7s inside possibly, but the ball has been flicked away there, and there's a chance gone a biggin. Kelly Gorman just couldn't get into her grasp in order to be able to create a little bit of danger, but it's Clanmaurice on it. Looked like, have to say, Orla Young again may have looked like she was dumped illegally on the ground there, but the ball is now with Megan Tyne. Tyne looking to come inside, using a bit of her pace, and Guile flicking the ball across. Dangerous ball now, might work out for Megan Equillan. Equillan is inside, still going, ball is flicked, but it's somehow knocked away. Somehow, and it's still in there on the edge of the square. Keeper is in there, forward, the backs are in there, and now there's a player down. I would imagine it's Megan Equillan, but the ref has gone in to talk to the umpire. It was all happening in there. You'd hard to see what you could adjudicate, and he decides it's a free out because it was touched on the ground. Megan, it was going to be hard to squeeze it in with 4 around her.
Yeah, that's the Clanmaurice are just crowding it out every time Kilmessan get on the ball. There's 3 on 1 there in the full forward line. Where Kelly was in earlier on, 3 of them came around her, and Megan got on that ball there, and all of a sudden she was swarmed out again.
Yeah, we're just looking at that chance again as it happened. So just come back to live pictures, but the chance there was with Megan to get inside, but 4 players around her. As Kilmessan growing into this game now, Megan Tyne step inside, didn't take it out over the line. Looking to play it in now is Laura O'Neill. Could be an opportunity. Kilmessan crowd trying to get behind their players here is maybe they seize an opportunity to get on top. 7 minutes gone. We haven't really had an opportunity at a score from Kilmessan yet. Kilmessan have had that wide. Clanmaurice have had no opportunity, and there's another wide for Kilmessan. There's 2 now in quick succession from them. 7 minutes gone here, James. They are making the attacks, but just not taking the right chance.
Yeah, they've owned the ball in the second half, but they're not getting the scores. Megan nearly could have ran more with that ball. She just hit it wide then in the end. But no, be happy enough the way they started. If they just 1 or 2 scores, because scores are going to be very, very valuable.
Again, as Mort said earlier on, a bit like Groundhog Day. They started very similar in Crettyard the last day in the second half too.
That's right. They owned the ball in the second half. Then I'd like to see Aileen Donnelly more in the game here now. She's just on the ball as I speak, but try and let her run at them at all. She's creating a few frees. Here we go again,
yeah, but that's maybe easy to say in a way because she is being double teamed, I'd say, anytime she gets the ball too.
Oh yeah, looking back on Clanmaurice after their homework done, it's one girl that would have had to tighten up on, and maybe that is why she's not getting the run that she got last week.
So still 4 points apiece coming up on 7.5 minutes gone here, and it is Aileen Donnelly then has an opportunity to bring her score tally to 3 if she can get this across. That's a good strike, and it's dropping in deep and over the bar. That's a fabulous score from a very tight angle.
Brilliant score. I know Aileen can hit them. That's why I was disappointed her in the first half, but that's a great score now to get her own confidence up there as well now.
So Kilmessan back in front for a while. They've had to, I suppose, work hard on it. They got level just at hand, the half-time whistle, and now just ahead.
Just that 1 point ahead. As I says, the 1 or 2 scores is going to be very valuable in this game, the way it's going.
So it's going to...
I think the momentum has shifted definitely. Kilmessan are winning the 50-50 balls around the middle of the field. The intensity is up by them big time, and they're on the ascendancy here. And unless Clanmaurice can get a score and curb the flow, you know, they could be in for a tough final 20 minutes.
So 38 and a half minutes gone now of this game. 5 points to 4, Kilmessan in front. And James, just very quickly, Aisling McLaughlin, what have you know of her? She seems to have brought a bit of intensity and physicality to the game.
Yeah, she's a great girl to get on the ball. You see her there rooting around there, and she's picking it up. She's a great pair of hands on her as well, and she can very strike the ball where she's very actually hard to get hooked on, so she is.
Well, she's still in there making a nuisance of herself. There's a few Kilmessan players in there as well, but opportunity still, though, with Clanmaurice, Aoife Bean looking to get out now. The half-forward line playing very well for Clanmaurice here, but at the moment they're stuck inside their own half. This is probably the furthest up the field they've got in the second half, as Alva Lynch played that ball forward, but knocked out, and it's going to be a Kilmessan ball.
As I said the last day, big difference as well. Clanmaurice doesn't have a bench as such, only 3 outfield players, while you can see the substitutions that Kilmessan have made a huge difference. I think that is telling at the moment.
Yeah, no doubt, as Megan Tyne tried to get on that ball, but it was well taken off her there by Clanmaurice, and it's going to be Aoife Bean, the goal scorer, tried to get forward, but it's knocked out of her grasp and trying to get over on the far side. Emery Lean, and also getting in there, Maeve O'Leary, and it's Clanmaurice that win the free, and an opportunity maybe to lift the siege a little bit. Here's Patrice Diggin, then about 63 metres out right on the sideline on the far side, and she's been told to bring it back.
I see where they have Laura Collins down the edge of the square, I think, and that means Jackie Horgan has gone out the field, so could be a chance of a goal here.
Patrice Diggin knocking this long. She's caught it well in there. Young breaks it down. Opportunity still inside. Clanmaurice are inside, flicking the ball across, but somehow it has been held up by Anne-Marie Dennehy, and she takes it over on the far side and gives it to Caoimhe O'Leary, and the ball is not clear. That could have been turned into something there, James. Good defensive play.
Yeah, they had to be alert on the great free in there, just landed in the box there, and the 12 Aoife, I think Behan got on it there. Kilmessan lucky.
Yeah, Anne-Marie Lean had that shot, but the ball has gone wide. It's the second wide of the game for Clanmaurice. Definitely something they must have worked on in training during the week. Mort taking just the opportunities when they present themselves, because they did have a very high wide count the last day.
Yeah, they did do a few drills, all right, I'd say. But at the same time, it's all on the day, and it's your position and how you can get a shot away. So let's hope they can score a few.
Ball knocked long, and it's picked up by Megan as they hop off the ground, and she's getting away there now from Sarah Murphy. Ball is dropped behind her, but Megan is looking to get inside. Does that very well, leaves it behind her a little bit, but needing a bit of support now from Stephanie Horn. Horn comes onto the ball. Now an opportunity to kick it forward here, maybe with Kelly Gorman. Gorman putting the head down. Here's the substitute. Aisling trying to turn around now. Ashley McLaughlin flicking it out here towards Megan Tyne. Got a lovely one before half time. Has dropped it in both to the left and wide. Another wide for Kilmessan. 3 in this second half. Megan has had 2, James. That might be the only thing you'd worry about.
Yeah, you would. Just 3 wides in the second half, but Ash McLaughlin on that ball again there, just pass it back to Megan. She had time, but just went tailed off to the left.
So, time.
They are creating the chances, Kilmessan, and that's important. They have the initiative at the moment, so I'm just hoping that Clanmaurice can have a few breaks.
Ball is broken off of Patrice Diggin, but in there as well, and putting up the big hand and getting a knock off at Megan Tyne. And Megan Tyne in the last couple of minutes has been an influence.
Yeah. The one from Clanmaurice was probably unlucky. Megan just went up to catch the ball. The ball was up there. Your one was probably entitled for her to flick it away, but just caught her hand. Aileen has a free here now, just on the 45-metre line.
This could be vital in maybe opening a lead here.
Yeah, just need to settle on this one now, and please God, now she'll get this one over.
So coming up on exactly now 42 minutes gone in this game. 12 minutes of the second half, and transfer Aileen Donnelly with 3 frees already. Got a lovely score. He's in the side talking to I think maybe a mentor. There's a mentor behind the goal, Jay. He's just looking for them to move away, and I don't suppose blame him. Can be a distractive element on any crew in there. So he's been asked them to move, and here's Aileen Donnelly then on the 45-metre line, sending this towards the post. It looks good from here. It's on the black spot. It's over the bar from Aileen Donnelly. Makes it 6 points to 4, and Kilmessan have come from a point down to now lead by 2.
Yeah, great score. That's 5 points from frees there from Aileen there now.
And here on the big screen, she caught it lovely.
Great score. Yeah, it's straight over the blue spot, as you're calling it.
Yeah, and conditions obviously making it a little bit easier on free takers today.
Yeah, a little bit. There's actually, the grass is that little bit long, maybe just to pick up the ball. You see a few of them struggling that way, but great cushion on it there for free takers, just to get in under it.
Oh no, 6 points to 4. Clanmaurice needs something now to happen as Laura Collins coming forward. Well blocked down though, trying to get in there, Deneen, and the referee says that there was a wild chop there. A little bit maybe harsh on Olivia Deneen, but Kilmessan have a chance now to clear the deck, I suppose, a little bit. Clanmaurice now, you'd feel, Mort, have to get something.
They need the next score. It's as simple as that. If Kilmessan get another score, move 3 or 4 clear in a low-scoring game, it's going to be impossible to come back unless you can get a goal of some sort. But at the end of the day, it would appear that at the moment, Kilmessan are on top, and something needs to happen quickly. I think they're crowding out midfield, they've upped their intensity, and their subs are playing well.
Tracy King took that well, even though she dropped it. She was still in to get on the breaking ball off of Anne-Marie. Then he's puck out. And you know that there has been a change now in the Kilmessan team. She was due to start. Nadine Doyle is now in, and she has replaced Kelly Gorman. So direct swap. They were the swaps before the off, and that has now been reverted. So Nadine Doyle is in for the last quarter, effectively, of this game. So Mort reckons Clanmaurice need the next score. Well, here's a chance now. Maybe it's going to need a long ball in though, and it's going to come from Sarah Murphy over on the far side. She's taken this free and knocking it in long. It's on the halfway line. It's a dangerous ball dropping on the 20-metre line. It could break off anywhere. It breaks nice, but can Clanmaurice break onto it here now? Chance maybe to get in. Jessica Fitzell, the referee says was fouled, and this is maybe the chance you wanted.
Well, this is the chance. This is the score we need. If we stay within a point with them until the 38th minute, it's our turn to get the late goal, and James will be weeping into his cornflakes. However, I think he may have the last laugh.
Mort? playing it down as usual, as the Kerry folk tend to do. But yeah, exactly. With 15 minutes then remaining of this game, the last quarter, here is Patrice Diggin then about 23 metres out. Just to the left of the left-hand upright, should probably suit her. They need their first score of the second half. They've waited a long time for it, and she's put that ball over the bar. Good score from Patrice Diggin.
She has a sore hand. She got a clatter very early, so putting those threes over are important to her. But I'd like to see now them coming into it, especially around the middle third of the field, winning more ball and attacking Kilmessan, because if they don't, they'll be in trouble.
So 6 points to 5, 15 and a half minutes gone here. And it's Kilmessan who continue to lead, but vital score there from Clanmaurice's point of view to get the first score of the second half. Ball though relieving clearance, and opportunity here now for Nadine Doyle. She's only on the field, fresh legs, popping the ball in, asking an awful lot of Megan Quillen. And there's Niamh Lean again. Fantastic player, I have to say, for Clanmaurice over these two games. Gives it off to Patrice Diggin, another fantastic player, looking to keep this ball active over on the far side of the field. She's been disrupted by Megan Quillen. Referee says though it was a foul, and Patrice Diggin then flicks the ball away. A little bit maybe tempestuous there from Patrice after that free. She didn't think it was maybe a foul, and don't think the ref is going to move it up, but another chance for Aileen Donnelly here.
Yeah, well, it looked shoulder to shoulder, but maybe James might know more the technical side than me on it, but I thought that was shoulder to shoulder. I thought that was fair enough. I mean, all is fair in love and war. Girls are out to shoulder each other as well. It's just not men who do it. So look, physicality is important in sport.
I think Murston is trying to say it was harsh there.
Yeah, I think the cameraman is in front of him. He mustn't have seen the push in the back there.
So Aileen Donnelly got a score from this position in the early stages, but this ball doesn't get the same distance and has been dropped down and picked up by Sarah Murphy. Murphy trying to break out now, surely going to win a free. She was fouled, yeah. There was about three.
We have got a free, and the ref is doing a great job, in fairness to him. But I'd like if he didn't blow as much on both sides, because the referee the last day left the player run, and I think it's better to leave the player run, unless it's really blatant.
Yeah, I don't think there's been a dirty stroke in this game. There's no doubt about it. Of course, this is the AIB All-Ireland Junior Club Camogie Championship final replay, and it's here in the grounds of Silvermines GA and also Arraville Rovers, who are the football club in Dulla in North Tipperary. We're in Crettyard in County Laois, and I suppose we have moved across country that little bit as Kilmessan have turned it over now with Laura Neal getting it down here towards Megan Tyne. Got a lovely score, and she somehow keeps the ball active in the little bit of heavy grass down at that end, flicking the ball back over here to Stephanie Horn. Horn trying to find a player in a little bit of space. Maeve O'Leary stepping inside her player now. Maeve O'Leary has a chance to flick this ball inside. Could work out. Lovely catch. I thought she had it in her hand, Katie Quillen, and it just got away from and wide. Lovely little bit of play there.
Yeah, fourth wide there now for Kilmessan in the second half there. Caoimhe O'Leary there just didn't strike the ball, and it just fell in front of Katie Collins there, and she just bloody missed it there.
Letting you know, of course, we're on the AIB YouTube channel, and if you want to check us out on social media either as well, make sure that you keep an eye on AIB GA on both Facebook and Twitter. Change coming for Clanmaurice now, and it looks like Anne-Marie Lean has been called ashore, and it's Anya O'Connor that's coming in.
Yeah, as I said, her father is the librarian, so she's well versed, well read. But I can tell you that the problem is Megan Tyne. If Megan Tyne wasn't playing today, Clanmaurice would now be celebrating. But she is, and no disrespect to the other girls that are playing in the Kilmessan team, but she is the catalyst to everything that they do well. So I think we're in a small bit of trouble.
Aileen Donnelly then, another 45-metre free or thereabouts, knocking it in, but she's put it over the bar. It was tight to the post. The umpire took his time. He just probably was making sure. Good score from Aileen Donnelly. Opportunity to see that. Again, fine technique, sending the ball high, tight to that right hand upright, but over the bar. It's now making it 7-5, James, and this is now in the melting pot.
Yeah, that's to say that the scores are taking hard to come by. Another great score by Aileen there, and took a while for the umpires to see whether it was going over or not. They were waiting here anxiously.
But that ball did go over the bar, and we just see a couple of positional switches now taking place, and noticing Michelle Costello is coming out around the middle, and noticing going inside Olivia Deneen. So Olivia, her height in there is probably going to be used as a factor now, is it?
Yeah, she's very experienced, and what she has is a great pluck of the ball out of the air, so they're hoping she'll grab one and feed Jessica maybe to be able to put one in the back of the net. At this stage, I know there is still 11 minutes left. Clanmaurice may need a goal.
So it's Jackie Horgan, I should say, going out around the middle. So just full forward for one of the midfielders. That's how effectively they're just on the positional changes. Megan Equillan gets that ball up now and she gets away from Niamh Lean. Not too many times that's been done over the last 2 games. Megan Equillan stepping inside. It's up. It's over the bar. Great score for Megan Equillan. 3-point lead. Just having a look at the bit of skill here from Megan Equillan. Down into the far corner. She got inside Niamh Lean. Wasn't done too many times, you'd have to say, over the 2 matches here. And that could be a vital score now.
Brilliant score there. She took on the full back there, got around her. Probably the best score of the game there so far now. Just a bit of a cushion there, but still Clanmaurice won't go away that easy.
8 points to 5. As we mentioned, Niamh Lean, she doesn't be got inside too often, and when it happens, sometimes it results in a score.
What I mentioned at half time, the only way you can beat Niamh Lean or have a chance of beating her is take her out to the corner and try and get by her, and that's what happened that time. Once she's in the edge of the square or fronting up a ball, she's unbeatable.
Megan Equillan then getting that point. Of course, her cousin Katie got a point as well. It was the opening score of the game, and at the moment Kilmessan have one hand on a cup, of course, that they won back a number of years ago. But of course, to go up intermediate, you have to be in a situation you put them back to back. So Kilmessan, this would be only one half of the double to try and get up to intermediate. But it's Alva Lynch is back there now trying to get this ball out, but the referee says the umpire has waved it wide. So wide for Clanmaurice. That's only their 3rd in the whole game, and kind of a messy wide in a way. Needed to use that position a bit better.
Yeah, well, it was very tight in the corner, so it was a lot of, you needed to get the ball wide, spread it, somebody to pick it and play it across the square, because there was 2 players. Jackie Horgan was in there, and so was Anna O'Connor. But look, we won't give up yet. There's still 9 minutes plus injury left, but they'll need to start scoring and scoring quickly. And at the rates the points are coming at the other side, I'm not too sure.
Aisling O'Loughlin come through, and I think she did commit the foul. The centre back there, Sarah Murphy, was going down on that ball, and Aisling just showing some of her physicality. I think she's going to have a talk into their referee says you come in from the side, and I think if we're going to see the first yellow card of the 2 matches, I have to say it was played very sportingly throughout.
Yeah, no, actually I think number 6 there got a yellow mark there in the first half, Sarah there, but I think he's going to dish one out to Aisling. Richie did, yeah, yellow card there, yeah.
Aisling getting that yellow card, just came in a bit of a side swipe on Sarah Murphy, and that's a yellow card for her, so chance maybe for Clanmaurice to build on something here.
Sarah's tough. She joined the guard. She came out in Templemore, about 2 months back or something, and so is her brother Brian, so she might arrest Kilmessan's progress as we go on, would she?
She might do, as trying to get on this ball down at the far end now is Caoimhe O'Leary, but Clanmaurice are looking to come inside now. Still the chances Aoife Bean now giving it on to the substitute to come in, Anya O'Connor, but it's been rejected there by Tracy King, captain. She's out there playing in a bit of pain, of course, with that knee injury she picked up last weekend, but she's now gone down a little bit injured. She did that very well to just disrupt that Clanmaurice play.
Yeah, she intercepted that great. Now she just clashed there with the other girl coming out there. She actually got the free just before it, so she can settle there on the ground there, take a minute there and drive this ball up.
But again, as I said earlier, and I think James will agree with me, that pass was too high. It gave the defender a chance. The passes are going wrong. They have to either drive through themselves, hope they pick up a free, or pass it off laterally. They're passing it high and the defenders are clearing it, and it has been their scourge all day. They really haven't created a goal scoring chance as such.
Yeah, no offence to Patrice Deegan, but she's kind of got out of the game. Is that maybe more to do with Kilmessan?
No, I think it's more to do with the fact that she got a bad belt in her hand earlier on, and I'd say she's suffering, but she will sort of carry on. But I think Clanmaurice now need a good 6 minutes from Patrice.
Aileen Donnelly gets on this break, ball is knocked in long, opportunity. Niamh Lean pushed off it, now is an opportunity again to get inside. Nadine looked like Hurley was held, they're allowing an advantage. Nadine has a shot, it's up, it's over the bar, and all of a sudden Kilmessan are finding a few gaps there.
Yeah, great score by Nadine there. She just came on there the second half. Delighted to see her scoring there. Great score, just to give that cushion of 4 points going into 6 minutes left there now.
Well, it gets you out of it's now 2-score territory. It has to be for Clanmaurice.
You just needed that one score, to make it the 4. they're on the attack here now again. If they can drive the ball in, that's
Aisling O'Loughlin getting this ball in now. It's a dangerous ball, and all of a sudden they're finding space, as we said, inside. Niamh has just been exposed now on a couple of occasions, and that has allowed an opportunity for Kilmessan to get inside. But this is good play by Michelle Costello, still going forward. A lovely bit of play, flicking the ball on now. Clanmaurice still might believe here. Opportunity to flick this ball on. Here's Bean, got the goal the last day, looking to stay going. Patrice Diggin could get in on the end of this now. It's still Clanmaurice all the way they've come with this. It's a lovely bit of move. Diggin, shot, blocked by the goalkeeper, and it's taken away just about by Alana Mansell. Ball is taken away. Lovely bit of play by Clanmaurice.
Some move, and the right girl had it at the end when Anne O'Connor gave it to Patrice Diggin, and the keeper made a very good save.
Could she have taken another couple of yards?
No, I don't think so. She had to shoot. She would have been hooped.
So ball and opportunity then, and here goes it's Michelle Costello. She set that move up with a lovely run, and she's back here again doing the needful and doing her defensive duty.
And she's a leader. Michelle is a leader. Sarah is a leader. Patrice is a leader. They need leaders now.
Right, so as we see the pause, we're looking at the run. Patrice Diggin was coming in on the end of the ball. She got it from Anya O'Connor, had a shot from about 20 metres out, but a great save from Alana Mansell. Hasn't had a whole lot to do today, James, but she had to be switched on there.
It just shows you have to be switched on at all times. And Clanmaurice, there is that little bit of a jizz there in them yet, so I wouldn't rule them out yet.
I should say, of course, Anne-Marie Dennehy. I'm just giving her her Kerry name at the moment, but Anne-Marie Dennehy there with that great save. And opportunity to get forward here now with Aoife Bean. Bean is coming in. Ball is inside. It's loose for the keeper. Ball is still in there. It's gone out for a 45. It was 6s and 7s. I don't know if we can call that up there again. That ball was everywhere and anywhere. Anne-Marie Dennehy was just over. So just looking at it here now, Aoife Bean, Jessica Fitzell in there. It could have went anywhere. Opportunity to flick it because I think Anne-Marie Dennehy just lost her bearings for a minute, and eventually then the ball was flicked out. Lucky there twice now.
Yeah, she saved it and just pushed it in front of the square where another girl came in then and took the shot. But there is that threat there of a goal just yet from Clanmaurice.
So 19 points, or 9 points to 5 here then. 26 and a half minutes gone with Patrice Diggin then to take this 45. So referee is asking her to push it across.
It's important now for no, it's important. I think she takes the point and let the goal between them and see what happens. To lob it into square this early and it gets cleared is demoralising. A point now, a score, could make a difference, because in the last 4 or 5 minutes Clanmaurice have been getting back into it, and we almost got a goal there. Only James's goalkeeper is playing very well. Yeah. He never told me anything about beforehand.
Ball then Patrice Diggin. She's actually hit it wide, and she forced it that little bit. Mort, and that went out to the left.
Sure, I'm not making excuses for her, but I know her left hand. I saw her earlier on. Her hand is causing her problems. She hasn't the feel in the hurley. She would put that over the bar with her eyes shut normally. But that's the way it goes.
Chance gone a big, and then she did have that goal chance that was expertly blocked by Anne-Marie Dennehy, and then Dennehy was involved there in getting that ball away anyway out edge of square. But all of a sudden Clanmaurice now just lifting it that little bit, James.
Yeah, no, they're not going away, and there is only the 4 points in it there now. But you just like to feel that Kilmessan go down and get at least another score.
9 points to 5 then. 28 minutes gone here in Silvermines GA grounds in Dulla in County Tipperary, also the home of the Arravale Rovers Football Club. And it is of course Kilmessan though have one hands on their trophy of the All-Ireland Junior Trophy. They had their hands on it back in 2014. They were unfortunate to lose finals in 2012, 2015 and 2016, but it looks like 2017 Kilmessan could be All-Ireland champions. But Clanmaurice won't give up, and here's Aoife Bean trying to get on this ball, but it's Alva Lynch taking it away from her, coming across field now Kilmessan, but disrupting matters there and doing it well. Saif Horgan got a score back in the opening quarter of the game as she tried to get on this ball, but the referee says he's calling a halt because there's an injury to a Kilmessan player. 9 points to 5. Well, this game still very lively as we come towards the end, James.
Yeah, a minute and a half to go. There's a girl, I think Maeve O'Leary is down injured there at the moment, but still very lively. There's that one push is still there with Clanmaurice, where you're fearing it still.
Fearing it still, but again, you're looking at the clock as it counts down. Mort, it has to be a goal now.
Has to be a goal. Well, look, we needed that point to go over, I suppose. We need to be within a goal, but look, they're not going to stop battling until the very end. You know, it was always on the cards once Kilmessan got ahead that they might stay ahead, and I was hoping that maybe an early second half couple of scores or a goal for Clanmaurice would make all the difference. But you know, you'd have to be proud of them the way they're battling back. They haven't thrown in the towel. You know, they have 18 players, 19 players. they're doing very well.
Is tiredness maybe a bit of a factor now?
It is, you see, because it's the second game in 7. It's the second game they played in 7 days, and as I told you, there's 5 or 6 of the girls doing exams all this week, and they had exams yesterday and they have exams tomorrow. That's difficult.
Yeah, it is difficult indeed, and we see Megan Quillen has been replaced. I think it's Leah Dennehy that's coming back in there, so she's obviously got a little bit of a rest, and she's gone back in.
Yeah, we seen what last week. We got 2 goals there in the last nearly 4 minutes of the game. So anything is possible here with these girls.
And it is possible, as played forward Patrice Diggin. She played it forward there. I thought Olivia Deneen was fouled there as she was hooshed off it, but it's still Jessica Fitzell getting this ball now. Deneen is on it, looking around her, across the goal. Well rejected there by the fullback for Kilmessan, Rachel Kelly. Ball is still though at 6 and 7 0. Clanmaurice, Aoife Bean throwing it across. It's a high looping ball. Shot come in. Somehow Denny, I don't know how she saw that. Ball is still on the edge of the square. I don't even know who got the flick to pull on it to get that ball in, but it's still in there. It's anyone's ball. Deneen getting this ball back out. This player on the ground, and it looks like it's Aileen Donnelly is over along the end line looking to clear this ball. 15 Meath county titles she's won, including of course the one this year. Opportunity to have a look at this shot again that it comes in. Bit of a ruck that was happening. Ball eventually, some pressure by Clanmaurice that was going on. Fitzell was in there. Ball breaks, shot comes in, and just looking at the jersey of Laura Collins it was that got that shot. But again, Anne-Marie Dennehy, as we said, for about 55 minutes has nothing to do, and all of a sudden she's made 3 saves.
She made 3 brilliant saves and game-changing saves there. It's absolutely brilliant. Time is up on the clock here. I didn't see an injury time one going up. I wouldn't mind seeing what he's playing.
Well, we're on 31 and near a half minutes now as we go. 9-5. Kilmessan though have the hand on the trophy. They might have 2 hands on the trophy now at this stage as the ball goes long. Trying to get in there now and disrupt Leah Dennehy, Niamh Liam. But there it is. It's all over. It's all over. James is going off. He'll be talking to Liam Horn. 9 points to 5. Not a whole lot of injury time played, just a minute and a half. But it is Kilmessan who are All-Ireland champions, bringing back memories of 2014. Losses of 2015, 2016 are well out the window at this stage. James Walsh will be talking shortly to Liam Horn. Murt, you came, you saw, you didn't conquer, but you made it a right 2 games over the last week.
Yeah, I think very proud of the girls. They really did themselves, you know, and the county. They're proud they're the only, as I told you the last day, the only team in the county, the only club team at this level. They came to a final. It was a great achievement for them. They had it almost in the bag the last day and it just didn't work for them. Late goal by Kilmessan. But on the balance to play in the second half today, you couldn't fault Kilmessan. They deserved to win it. We came very late, but there was a period of about 20 minutes in the second half where they got on top. Their substitutes, their bench, they made all the difference. And then of course Megan Wynn, she's something else. The free taking of Donnelly was decisive and our keeper made some great saves. So overall, we're down but not out, and I think these girls will be back and they'll have their day in the sunshine.
Yeah, just very quickly before we go down to James Dove, just for Clanmaurice, first time ever in an All-Ireland final. Obviously now they have a belief that they could come back and win one.
Of course they have, and they've been here now, they've seen what it is. They've had 2 All-Irelands, you could say, in the 1 year, and the girls have been, the commitment and everything that they've given, and you know, their manager as well. I feel from Mike Enright, Pete Young, who's the dad of Orla Young, Liz Hoolan, all of. If Liz Hoolan was playing today, maybe it would be a different story, but look, at the end of the day, the score is what it is. The girls have done Kerry, Camogie proud. The final was brilliant both days. Sporting, there wasn't a bad strike or anything like that. Scores okay, were slow to get. They were at a premium, but at the end of the day, it's about putting the ball over the bar. And I think that I think Kilmessan shaded it. And while I'm disappointed for Clanmaurice, I think I have to admit that Kilmessan deserved it today. We probably deserved it the last day, but we didn't do it, and that's it.
Two great finals then we've had in the last week, and 9 points to 5. It's Kilmessan who are the All-Ireland champions, and 2 ladies that had a big part to play in that are now down the field talking to Liam Horn. We head down to talk to Aileen Donnelly and Megan Tyne. Liam.
Thank you very much, Killian. I'm going to talk first to Megan Tyne. Megan, second half, you came really good there.
Yeah, I can't even describe, like, the girls put in a serious shift. Like, everyone from even the panel girls came on. Like, one of the girls came on there, Nadine scored a point. Like, that's what it is. It's about the panel, not the team. Like, and we have that, and I'm just so proud of them.
You got some great scores there in that second half. That was your most fluid period of play in the two games.
Yeah, I think the first game we were very disappointed that we never really got into the game. The forwards really didn't. And like we started from the start today, got stuck in, we knew it was going to be tough. But I think we still missed a good few shots and we'd be disappointed, but a win's a win, and if it's by 1 point or 10, it doesn't matter.
You know, Count Aileen, there may be breaking news to you, your player of the match anyway. First of all, we spoke to you last weekend when your head was still spinning, I'm sure. You're much happier today.
Oh, much happier. I suppose it makes the goal last week all the more important today because it gives us a chance to come back, and you know, everyone's saying if we got good ground and got a good day we'd be the better team, and you know, it wasn't like that in the first half at all. It was pretty much the same as last week. We were slow to get going, but that's down to Clanmaurice. They're an excellent side, and you know, they really just came at us and they really competed very well. But I think once we got kind of grips to the ground and grips to the tackles, I think our little bit of probably Camogie edge did come to the fore in the end, and you know, we had a few wides like Megan said, but it doesn't matter what you win by once you win, so we're just delighted.
You have a big fan club here.
I do. These are my fan club. Yeah, these are my 3 kids. So my husband has the other little lads. So these are my biggest fans. So delighted for them as well. Yeah, and delighted for our supporters. Like, you know, it's not that long of a drive down to Tipperary, but it's long enough. And we've such a great support today. And we had last week, and we're very thankful to all our supporters and who follow and travel us all year. And you know, we're just delighted to win it for them as well.
Okay, Megan, a word about Clanmaurice. Very worthy opponents over the 2 days.
Oh yeah, definitely. Really like the last day, I think everyone watching the game, 2 minutes left, so I think everyone thought we were dead and gone, but we fought back. But they're a serious side, no wonder they've been here. They've been to All-Ireland semis for I don't know how many years in a row, but they really brought it, and it will come to them at some stage. So
what does it mean to the club? It's your second national title.
Oh, everything. I think this team is just so special. The players we have, the girls, the bond between everyone, I think bring that home to the club. It really, even the under 10s, 12s coming here, they idolise the team, and this is for the future. We want as many of them playing and getting a chance like this in the future.
Yeah, huge day, Aileen.
Oh, absolutely. You can just see it, and the joy in everyone's faces, and it's great. And Kilmessan's a real strong hurling parish, and our hurlers aren't going too well lately, so it's great that the girls are doing it and bringing it back for the parish, you know. So we're delighted.
Okay, well, we'll let you back to your celebrations. Thank you very much, Aileen Donnelly, player of the match, and Megan Thine, the midfield dynamo, who could have been a very strong contender. James Welch as well. We're going to talk to James. James, who's our Kilmessan analyst. We had to shuttle you away there when Megan and Aileen came along. They had a huge impact on that game.
Brilliant, yeah. The second half performance was absolutely great. I was just looking there, it was 5 points to 1 in the second half, and did the 4 wides then as well, so they were totally on top. The substitution even there with Ashley McLaughlin coming in was a major boost. Whatever John done or said to them at half time, but they came out a different team, and a team that we know that they were able to produce, but it took every bit of the 63-4 minutes to knock off Clanmaurice at the same time.
Because indeed, Emery Dennehy, your keeper, had to make some really important interventions there. Yeah. It was back to the wire stuff at that stage, right to the end.
That's right. We were just saying that the goalies, you do nothing for 55 minutes, and then she pulled off 3 top-class saves there towards the end. And if one of them even went in, you were back in trouble again, and they pushed. You have to credit to Clanmaurice, for pushing the whole way, but absolutely delighted for Kilmessan. Totally deserved it there now, so it's celebrations tonight, please God.
There were big scores in the second half, I thought, from Nadine Doyle and Megan Collins.
Yeah.
There were 2 important scores, because you were struggling like everybody was over these 2 games to get a bit of fluency into your play, but you got those 2 points. Just want to grab, I think we have the player of the match presentation taking place now. That's, of course, the captain is there as well, Tracy King. But player of the match is, who we've already spoken to, Aileen Donnelly. She got the goal last weekend, and she was hugely influential here today. And as she said herself, it does make you realise how important that goal was, because we wouldn't be here today had she not come back with that. So the presentation, we're going to let that roll through. But while we're talking about that, we're just talking about the 2 points there, James. Neither side got fully fluent over the 2 games. It was really dogged stuff all the way through, but they were 2 great moments. Two moments of we're getting there now. We're doing stuff now.
Megan Collins' score now actually sort of changed the game. She won it out on the left hand side, turned the full back, and was able to run, and a great score. Finish a great score. Probably the score of the game there did change it. Yes.
Okay, so we're on the presentation. Yes, and we're going to get a little bit closer to that. I'm not sure if we have a microphone on the presentation. I don't think we have. We'll go in ourselves, see can we get close to it. That is Catherine Neary, the president of the Camogie Association, doing the presentation. Aileen Donnelly, the player of the match, getting her presentation. See Caroline Horton here as well. And so you're happy now?
Oh, very happy, yeah. No, it was an absolutely brilliant game. 2 great games now. Brilliant from start to finish.
Their second half performance was the critical factor.
It really, really was. It was absolutely brilliant. They were on top the whole way through. It was very, very good.
We're going to see, can we get a little bit of the presentation?
In addition, I'd like to also thank Silver Mines GA Club. Their pitch today has been in immaculate condition when you consider the time of year. I'd like to thank also the referee, lines people and umpires on again a day that that you made the game what it was as well as the players. So thank you, well done, and I congratulate you as well. To Clanmaurice, I know it's very, very disappointing for you today, but you should be very, very proud. You had a fantastic performance. And All-Ireland Junior Club Championship title. You last won in 2014, so well done, congratulations, and I'm delighted to present the cup to the winning captain. Thank you very much.
So presenting to Tracy King, the winning captain from Kilmessan. That's Captain Neary, the president of the Camogie Association. Photographers getting their shots as well. Moments to be captured for the history books, the scrapbooks, the Facebook posts. So she will be making her acceptance speech in any moment. But there she is. She has the cup. Second time in the history of Kilmessan Camogie Club that this has happened, winning the All-Ireland Junior title in 2014 and again this year. And we're going to try and capture her speech if we can.
It's not too often I'm short with words. Girls, unreal. Everyone fought so hard out there today. Everyone gave it 110%. We knew that we could do it today. Thanks so much for everyone for coming down here. All our supporters. John, you're unreal. Ollie, Katrin, the 2 Katrins, and everyone. Thank you so much for everything you do throughout the whole year. We really, really appreciate it. The ref, thanks very much. The pitch was much better this day today. Well done, girls. Let's celebrate! Clanmaurice, hard luck, girls. You've really fought till the end there. You're one of the toughest teams we've played all year. Hard luck. 3 cheers to Clanmaurice. Hip hip. Hip hip. Hip hip. Woo!
Okay, well, that's the formalities out of the way. We're going to get some more guests in a moment. Tracy King, the captain of Kilmessan, the champions. And it's always interesting in a day like this, in a competition like this, where 2 clubs, but maybe with no history previously, end up locked together in a titanic battle for an All-Ireland title over 2 days in 2 different venues. And their history is inextricably linked now. We have the captain, the aforementioned Tracy King here. Tracy, you were stuck for words initially, but you got there eventually. We just get you to face the camera here too. You thank the girls from the bottom of your heart because they really had to dig it out there today.
Yeah, the girls really gave it everything there today. We didn't perform the last day, and we knew today we had a job to do, and everyone done their job well today. Everyone gave it everything they had. They dug deep.
It was a victory based on hard work primarily, wasn't it? Because over the 2 days you had to keep at it and at it and at it until the scores came.
Yeah, stop it. We know that if we kept slogging away, we got there in the end. And the girls did fair play to them. No one dropped ahead. We kept going, kept fighting.
What does it mean to Kilmessan?
Oh, it's unreal. It's the best feeling in the world. Best feeling ever. Words can't describe how happy I feel right now.
Okay. Well, you have teammates down there hoping to get a hold of the cup, so enjoy the celebration.
Thanks very much. Cheers.
Well done, Tracy King, the captain of Kilmessan, going down there to rejoin her colleagues with the cup. And we hope to speak to a few more people as well. The celebrations will go on long into the night in Kilmessan and maybe beyond tonight as well. Aileen Donnelly still retrieving her 3 children and bringing them back down to the celebrations as well. Joined now by Killian Whelan, the match commentator. Right to the very end, Killian, Clanmaurice put that one the contest up for decision.
Absolutely. The last day down in Cretty Yard, of course, the player had a match for a lot of people was Clanmaurice's Alana Manzel, but Anne-Marie Dennehy didn't have a whole lot to do for 55 minutes, and then all of a sudden is involved in major saves that kept obviously Clanmaurice, or it kept Kilmessan ultimately in the game. But look, you'd have to talk about, Liam, the fact that Kilmessan were able to turn the screw at the start of the second half, and they eventually ground it down with scores. And Aileen Donnelly, what more can be said? 15 county titles she's now won with Meath, a few Leinsters as well with Kilmessan, and now she is a dual All-Ireland winner in the last few years as well. She's just a fantastic player, and I'm sure there'll be bonfires in Kilmessan tonight anyway. It's going to be a very happy Christmas.
Okay, I'm just going to walk with. Thank you, Killian. And I'm going to bring James Welch with me as well. We're going to walk towards the celebrations, and James is going to give us a little bit of commentary here as well too. James, how many of these girls would have played in 2014? Is the bulk of the team?
Yeah, well, it's actually he's quite a different panel, and there's probably, I think, 10 of the new blood stock, if you like to say, on this 2017 from 2014. To be 10 new girls in, so it's great for that. And look, we won the junior championship in Meath as well this year, which so a lot of them girls are on the panel, including my own daughter and that there as well. So it's a great day for them to see what level they're at, and it's happy days in Kilmessan, thank God.
Okay, I'm going to get you to grab a few people to come in as well too. John Waters, the manager, he might put you on that job, who we can find. I'm going to say a quick word with Mert as well too. Mert, as has been noted by everybody, Clanmaurice gave it every little bit they had right to the very end when they were chasing that goal.
Yeah, they're distraught. They really did. They gave it everything. They battled to the end. They were in it, obviously. They've had 60 minutes of, and they showed the rest of the country, what a small little club in Kerry with 19 players can do, and to reach an All-Ireland final and do what they did was something outstanding. Okay, they're disappointed, but they can keep their heads high because they did Kerry very, very proud indeed.
Okay, Martin, thank you for your contribution of the 2 days as well. Rachel Kelly was full back for Kilmessan. And Rachel, first of all, congratulations. I'm sure you're thrilled about that.
Oh, delighted. Couldn't be happier now today. It's great.
It was a game that every single contest, every minute of that game mattered, right down to the very end, when as a defence you had to hold out under severe Clanmaurice pressure.
I thought both defences were brilliant over the 2 days. I felt it was the toughest game by far we've played all year. They were an outstanding team. They really put it up to us, but we finally pulled through in the last 15 minutes. We just showed our class, and I thought they were outstanding today.
Yeah, you got a few big scores there in the middle of the second half.
The girls, we knew how good they were. They just hadn't showed it, and today they turned it on and they showed their class.
Yes, you had to keep at it, really, didn't you? And just keep waiting for the break.
If you turned off at all, they would have totally crept up on us. So there was focus the whole way through the 60 minutes, and I think everyone did great. We did great.
We'll spare you your torture now, Rachel. Okay, so you've got noble choice. You can call the next person in. You've got noble choice.
Megan Quillan, come on in here. You're up next.
Megan Quillan is going to come in now. Yeah. Megan, in you come. Okay, so fun beginning to develop here. We have James here. We've got John Waters, the manager, as well, I think. So John Waters. John, first of all, talk to John Waters. Yeah, John, talk to you first of all. I'm sure you're very proud of them.
I'm delighted with them.
Get you to face up to the cameras so they'll see you all over the world.
Yeah, we're delighted with them. Look, it's as tough as they come, and we knew that. And I think the slogan justifies it. It is the toughest.
Yes.
And we had a tough county final. We had a tougher Leinster final, but last week and this week, it was the toughest yet. And we showed a great fight. And just once we got in front, we held that lead, and there was no way we were giving it up. So,
those few scores in the second half where you finally got to get a yard on opponents, you had great scores in the left wing. They were the crucial factors, really.
They were, and we felt last week if we had got them last week at that stage, we would have kicked on again. But again, we learned from last week, and we kept the composure, and that was it. And then crucial saves at the end, from the goalie, and we're delighted. Again, it's better than 2014 because we thought 2015-16 we'd be thereabouts. We met a great Johnstown team, and to get back here now, hopefully it'll bring the club on it even more now.
Okay, is this Ollie Horn alongside you here, is it? Ollie, we're going to bring Ollie in as well too. Everybody here in the big money today and the last day, Ollie.
Yeah, the last day, seriously, the conditions were terrible for both teams last day. I thought in the end, we're probably lucky, but no one deserved to lose that day anywhere on that pitch. Today it was the very same. The fought was hard all day, and fair play to Clanmaurice. They're a great team. They're as good as what we had now all year, and tough game. But our girls, like, they won't let you down. They're a tough bunch of girls, even though there's some of them light and small and everything. They'll put their whole body in there. And on the day, I think over the year's training they've done, they deserve what they get.
A word about your goalkeeper Anne-Marie Dennehy in the closing stages.
Anne-Marie works harder than anyone. She actually gets over there and she does the training all herself and the other sub goalie. They do twice as much as anyone else, and today it paid off her, and I'm delighted for Anne-Marie, because the last day she was missing when we won the All-Ireland, and it's something on her CV she definitely deserves, because she gave great credit to her county alone in football and Camogie. She was a great woman on her days, and now she's still there doing it in between the sticks.
And you needed her badly, because you'll be heavily attacked by Clanmaurice at that stage.
The Clanmaurice are a great team. They're very strong up the middle, and look, give them credit where credit's due. We had to battle it out there, and Anne-Marie, in fairness, she pulled off what she had to do. That's her job. Good woman, Anne-Marie.
Well done, Ollie. Congratulations. Enjoy. Christine Grimes and Anne Gorman, we spoke to them earlier on. Christine, I've finally seen you smile. The last 2 weeks, you've been the very picture of tension every time. Congratulations.
Thanks very much. Yeah, it was brilliant. Yeah, the girls fought really hard, and it was a great result. Yeah.
It was hard fought all the way. If you'd lost concentration for a moment, Anne, you could have lost that game.
Oh, absolutely. Again, just as last week happened, like, we had to fight so hard out there, but the girls just proved that they had enough steam left there, and they really played well in the second half. Okay, the ground, I think, did suit us a little bit better this week, because last week we just found it so tough in the muck. But look, it's just super to come back and win this trophy again. I'm delighted for the girls, like, so involved with the club, with the girls for years, and I'm just delighted for them. They really deserve it. Like, people don't believe the work that these girls put in. Like, seriously, they have been on the pitch since the 1st of January last year, and it's nearly 12 months down the line before they get this big trophy. And this is the one they kind of go out for all year. Not saying winning a Meath championship is easy, but like, they have it tough there as well. But look, winning Meath, we always look beyond the bigger picture. And we really, this is our aim at the start of the year, is to be All-Ireland champions, and today it has finally come, and I'm just so delighted for the backroom staff, our great Kilmessan supporters, our sponsors, the whole lot. It is just brilliant.
Okay, Christine, you're going to have the final word from the Kilmessan side of things today. What was the mantra at half time? What was the mantra right throughout the last 2 days? What was the guiding principle the team was operating on?
Well, at half time, like, we were still in it. The girls were just, it was just all the girls really. They were just saying that we just need to have to fight so hard for this. They've been training all year for it, and they know, like, the forwards there, it took them a while to get going, but look, them forwards are the six best forwards in the country, and once they got going, there's no stopping them, and once they got the ball into them, we got a few points on the board, and we just kicked on from there, so it was a great day all over.
Okay, well, I think we're going to wrap up from here. I see the cup nearby, do I? You might fish the cup for me, Christine, for one last, for the camera. We might just get one last thing before we wrap up. It's in there somewhere with the fullback who spoke to Rachel Kelly. We might grab it for 1 second. But anyway, that's us here from Silver Mines in County Tipperary, where the destination of the AIB All-Ireland Junior Camogie Crown has been decided. It's going north of here to Kilmessan in County Meath after 2 epic clashes with Clanmaurice of Kerry. And we have the cup. We get you to hold it, Christine, as our first Kilmessan guest last week, so you can hold it. That's the cup where it's going to Kilmessan in County Meath this weekend after their 2 great clashes with Clanmaurice of Kerry in the draw and the replay. Last week's draw, of course, in 20 yards, County Laois. Our thanks to David, to Owen on the camera work, to James and to Mert on commentary alongside Killian Whelan, and to Desi Campbell, Liam Henley, and as anybody else we need to mention, all our guests today, to Shane Halligan as well, to our broadcast assistants. That's it from Silver Mines in Tipperary. Not much need for more words here. Thanks to AIB YouTube channel for their sponsorship of the competition and today's broadcast. Thank you. Bye-bye from Silver Mines.